All right, here we go. Audio looks good. Yep, yep, all good. Awesome. Don't have to tweak that anymore. And fully live. All right, great. There we go. So, I was running into a couple of issues, trying to get this to look presentable for the stream. I think this is the most work I've had to put into getting a modern game running on the stream for just the dumbest reasons. Um, so I got one of those like fancy new monitors and everything that can go up to 144 hertz. The game runs and plays looking fine, anything 90 and above. But for some reason, once I was limiting it down to 60, it started getting really laggy and choppy. And I couldn't figure out exactly what was causing it. So I just shut it off in the game and I forced it through the NVIDIA control panel. That seemed to have done the job. Unfortunately, I can't say the same for OBS. On your guys' end, it might look a little choppy in sections, but it's not the encoder. It's nothing with the computer. It's just how OBS is outputting the signal. I messed with the bit rate and everything and did some recording, and this is it's still gonna look nice and smooth. It's still gonna look nice and smooth 60 frames. I had to reduce I reduced it down to 60 frames on my PC too, just to make sure I wouldn't run into any problems. But yeah, that's that was that. It was a last 10-minute adventure going, oh man, this isn't really looking good. And again, if I take it off 60 or if I just uncap it in general, it runs fine. My computer will run in like 120 FPS with no problems, like no drops, nothing like that. But the minute I drop it to 60, it freaks out. Um, I think I got it though. I think it's all solved. I hope it's all solved. I did play this a little bit last night just to test it out, make sure it ran fine. It runs spectacularly, and it looks great too. But I did wipe my save so we could start fresh. And I have taken one more precaution for the stream because you know for a fact YouTube is going to be up my ass if I play any of the music from this game at all. They're upset at me showing like 144p clips of Pumpkinhead from Bloodwing's Pumpkinhead's Revenge. Thinking it's like, oh, you're streaming the movie online. So we're not taking any precaution. I've taken every precaution against that this time. Um, I've muted the music beforehand, and as a replacement, um, the lovely people over at Kickblips made chiptune renditions of all of their favorite songs from Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 through 4. And they sound fantastic. I love them to pieces. I left a link in the description of this stream so that you can go ahead and get their album. They have it so it's free to stream, but if you want to buy it from somewhere, you can also throw them a couple of bucks their way. I bought a copy last night myself. I ran into it. I was like, does anyone make any like 8-bit or chiptune tunes? And they sure enough did. The link in the description also has a game you can play to the music. It's great. Highly recommend it. So that's what you're going to be hearing throughout the stream. Instead of any of the licensed tracks, you're just going to hear chiptune versions. Because I'm not risking YouTube's wrath with any of this. Can't win. You can't win. Not with YouTube. Even people twitching. Good English there. Even people streaming it on Twitch. I got to imagine they have to be muting the music at this point because they just had that massive ban for clips a couple months ago. And it's like you want to be playing Tony Hawk's Pro Skater without the soundtrack, without Superman playing in the background? This is the world we live in now. Anyways, yeah, so I've taken precautions. We're just going to go ahead and I'm just going to have chiptune versions playing in the background. That's it. That's it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Oh, wow. That's a bit loud. Turn that down a bit. Alright, you're gonna hear 3 seconds of Superman. YouTube, please don't kill me. There we go. Perfect. Alright, and now, the Chiptune. Perfect. Again, this is by a group of, I was about to say, a group of people who just made chiptune versions of all their favorite tracks from Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 through 4. It's called Kickblips. Again, description. Check the description. You can download the entire track, soundtrack from there. Throw some money their way, because these are really good. They're fantastic. And to avoid YouTube's wrath, this is what we're all listening to. So, I played this a bit last night, and I'm impressed. Like, supremely impressed at the amount of content on display. But before we do anything, why don't we check out... no. Why don't we just, yeah, let's start. Alright. Can I get these all in one run? One way to find out. God, I love these games. When I saw they were bringing this back, I was just like, okay. We've had so many bad Tony Hawk games, like, as of late. Whoops. Messed that up. The latest one we had was, Pro Skater 5, right? Was it Pro Skater 5? Was the most recent one? Which was dreadful. Like, what in the actual hell? And of course we all know the reason that game was dreadful now. But just to sit there and think that, everything about that game that was terrible was, you know, just kind of approved by everyone. And Activision's just like, yeah, you know what? We gotta keep the license, so, just rush something out. Well, yeah, I was about to say, I don't think there's any way I'm, getting this all in one run. Okay, there we go. Perfect. And then, what was the 6 scores? 100,000, right? Alright. Oh, missed the tape entirely. But, let's see if we can get the score. Nope. I messed that up. Well, it was a good try. Oh, and I didn't ollie the channel get. What? Alright. Nope. Nope. We're finishing that up. There's the channel gap. Yep. Yeah, I'm really loving these chiptune tracks. These are amazing. I like this one even has vocals. Go. Wow, I'm doing terrible at this. If my younger self, who played Underground religiously, saw me now, he'd be very disappointed. Also, I haven't been doing any reverts, I apologize. Let me address this. Much better. Where? Is that last height? So we gotta get the tape. There we go. Oh, it's up there, isn't it? Yeah, well, not getting it now. Why did that one explode? Yeah, I want to actually finish this. It just, like, even down to just playing you can just play this game fully with the D-pad. Like, even down to that. That's incredible. Just get into a zone with these games. You know, it's been a long time since I properly played the original game. But it's just a shame that we got fed with so much, you know, crap from skateboarding games that it eventually just took, you know, a bunch of indie studios coming together and going, okay, but we need to make good skateboarding games again. So then we started getting stuff like, you know, like Skate XL, and, you know, of course we got the Skate games. I still love Skate 3, like, unabashedly love that game. Oops. But there was something about the arcadey feel of playing, you know, Pro Skater that you just didn't get from those. And every time Activision was trying to take a, they just hire some, like, off developer who wasn't working on anything else at the time. And so we just kept getting fed crap. Great, let's do it! Yeah! Perfect. Had to end it with a 900. Sweet! Alright, well done with that. We can move on. And it's gonna take me some serious practice again before I can start pulling, like, million-point goals or anything like that. It's been way too long since I played these. Alright. What to go for first? Guess we're just going for the points. Let's do skate backwards. Gosh, I am loving these chiptune renditions. There's the Madonna. Yep. just this playing as well as it does. There is just something so magical about playing a good friggin' Tony Hawk game again. Yeah, you'll notice if you played these games for a while that your moveset pretty much goes all the way up to Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3. So yeah, thank God they took all of the like stomp bullshit that they did in Pro Skater 5 out, which was just complete. Oh wow, good job. Which was just terrible. Absolutely terrible. Someone thought that was a good idea in a game series where people are constantly going to be pushing the ollie key. Like, really? We're gonna have to find all the gaps again, too. Alright, that point. Oh. No, we don't have to worry about getting points anymore. Wrong way! Yep. I thought I was going to be going right there. Completely missed again. Tony, you're going too fast. I should have left the city tape. We don't have time now. Notebooks it is. But it just controls and it looks so fluid. Leave it to Vicarious Visions to know what they're doing. We've now gotten, what is it, 2, 3 great remasters from him now? Alright. How long can we do this for? Much to the dismay of our schoolyard friends every time we played 3. But, one of the other really cool things about this game is the amount of unlockables you have. Like, I'm not even kidding. So you got all these challenges here. And all these level you up and get you money. And when you level up, you unlock new cosmetics for your Create a Skater, and there are a metric butt ton of them for all the featured skaters as well. There's just, like, just going over to the store in this. Put out here and show you. That's it. There is just a ton of cool stuff to unlock. We're not level 5, so we can't actually see any of this yet. But the amount of stuff that's here just kind of staggers me. And no doubt they're going to add more. And no doubt, because this is an Activision game, they're going to find some way to screw us over with that. Oh, well, why wouldn't I want my Hawk to look that way? Oh, don't worry, we'll touch on the create a character a bit later. Also, one of the characters you can play as is just a skeleton. And there has to be hidden unlockable characters in this. There just has to be. So yeah, we've got a huge roster of skaters, and it's they literally got everyone in, photo scanned all of them, said, "Hey, you want to be in another Tony Hawk game?" It's like, hell yeah. Chad Muska. Chad Muska is who I always play. I love. Just look at this. Look how many skaters we got. I kind of wish there was more slots for custom skaters. Maybe there is more after you make 4 characters. But we even have new skaters in here. Like people who are new-ish to the scene. I don't actually follow the skateboarding scene religiously. I used to, back when I was a kid, but not as much anymore. But, I mean, we have Bones. He comes from the abyss. I love that. He doesn't have any unlockables, though, which is weird. But, you know, still cool. Also, I think except for Mr. Skelly here, everyone has their own challenges to unlock, which unlocks new trick slots for them. It unlocks new gear for them and everything. There is so much to do in this game for the price you pay for it. I'm blown away. Like, this game will just keep you busy for hours just unlocking shit. Alright, well, enough of that. Back to it. What's we got left to do? Tables, bells. He'll flip the kicker gap. And secret tape. Hello, hello. Hey there, Noah. Good to see you again today. Oh, jumped off that the wrong time. And hello, Vincent. No, and here today we play a very, very good remake. I am absolutely loving this. I played it for a couple hours last night, but I decided to start over again for the stream. So I'm just gonna... Bomb. This way. Yep. And back up. You gotta go a little faster than that, Tony. Got it. So now we gotta do the tables and the bells. Have I ever tried in real life skateboarding? A couple of times. My older brother was actually into skateboarding, and I would occasionally go out to the park and try it. Of course, I was a nerd when I was a kid too, so after I fell down like 3 times, I'm like, nope, that's it, that's enough for me. But I don't remember, as I was about to say, but I never hated it for that reason. I just kind of realized that with me being a nerd and everything, it was a little, you know, harder to do than I would have realized. But I did try it a couple times. The most I ever did was I got a couple ollies in and I like did a very short grind on the edge of a step. That was about it. Whoop, nope. I was about to say, let's see how long of a combo we can go. And then I fell. But, no, I mean, besides the falling, and, you know, I was a little kid at the time, so just everything hurt because you're a little shit at that time. I remember having fun, just kind of going around and everything else with that. Same thing with, rollerblading. Can't even imagine throwing on rollerblades now. It's just been, like, a decade, I think. There it is. Nice. Okay, so we just have the bells left. I'm not sure where they are. I'm pretty sure they're new for this. Let's see. What's the worst skateboard injury you've seen or heard of? I don't even have to do a heard of for that one because it is one I actually saw. So where I lived originally, they were trying to encourage more kids to, you know, get out and get outside and everything. This was right around the turn of, you know, when computers were becoming more prevalent in everyday life and, you know, things like that. So they were trying to encourage kids to get out, and a lot of kids like skateboarding. So what they did was they built a very small skate park outside of the town. Oh, there's another bell over there. I see it. It's the last one we have, right? Yep. And so I'd go down there and hang out with the kids, you know, hang out with my friends and everything while we were there. One kid was attempting to go off, like, they had a, like, mini half-pipe thing there. Realistically, you're only just kind of supposed to go up it to do lip tricks. It really wasn't there for trying to go up, but this one kid did. He desperately tried to go up it, and of course, because you're a kid and you were invincible back then, he didn't think anything of wearing any kind of protective gear. So he gets up, goes up this thing at the fastest speed he could possibly go. And he gets about, I want to say about 6 feet off the ground. And the realization of going that high was just too much for him. And he immediately lost traction of the board, didn't hold onto it or anything, and just slam, knees first, right into the ground. Now, I think he screamed a lot more than it actually hurt, but he definitely broke something. We didn't see him again there for like a month. But that is my one sole injury that I saw, because everyone else was pretty responsible when they were skateboarding. On cement or dirt, it was cement. Again, he wasn't too severely injured. He did break something, but it wasn't to the point where he was, you know, out of commission for too long. Where's this last bell? Is it in? Now, the bells are new, so I have no idea where they are. I played so much of the original game, so seeing all this new stuff's like, whoa, hang on. No, I'm loving seeing this. Oh my, yeah, no, it was bad. He had an ambulance called on him and everything. That also kind of solidified, you know, again, with me being a real nerdy kid at the time and everything, that kind of solidified me ever getting back on one. But my older brother would still skate from time to time, and I'd always watch him and, you know, cheer him on and stuff like that. We had a good time. We had a great time. But it was Tony Hawk that got me interested in doing anything like that. Just kind of, you know, breaking out of my shell and going, yeah, you know, I can try this. Kids heal fast, I figure. Oh yeah, that was definitely, he was fine after a short while. But and again, like when he came back, he just went right back on the skateboard. He didn't care. He was just like, oh, well, it happens. And that's the kind of mentality that people who really skateboard let you know. You fall, you get back up, you try again. Huh. I'm surprised that that's not a transfer. Alright, if I don't find these bells, I'm just going to move on to the next level. I've got all the time in the world to 100% all these stages. You know what the best part about playing a game like this is? Oh, there's one. I just saw it. The absolute best part about playing a game like this is imagine, like, looking at this now and comparing it to how the original game looks, and you know for a fact that in our imagination, when we remember this game, it was like, oh, it didn't look that bad. I'm remembering it like this. And now we have a game that just looks so, you know, genuine and good, or it's just like, oh yeah, you know, this is how my mind saw it when I was a kid. Oh my gosh, is this Psycho Vision? It is. These are great. There's a bell on the roof of the building by the big half pipe. That one was a... Oh, okay. Yeah, because the bells are all new for me. Also, how's it going, Salad? Playing this having barely played any Tony Hawk and zero nostalgia has been interesting. I bet. That's because everyone else who's played these games is giving it like these high 9s and 10s and everything else. And it's just like, oh, this is great, this is amazing. I was about to say, and again, as someone who loved these games growing up, I've got to agree, this is a very solid remake. What's Psycho Vision? It's the song that's playing right now. Again, to avoid YouTube's eternal wrath, I found a Chiptune album, a bunch of people did, of some of the more popular Tony Hawk songs. Alright, well, I'm going to move on from that, but I am going to do that bell later. Alright, overtime. Nice. It's fun, but without the nostalgia muscle memory, it's pretty tricky. Yeah, I imagine, because they're really, they play so, like, the controls and everything else are so tight and responsive and almost exactly like the originals that my mind just has snapped back into this. It's just like, oh, it's just exactly how I remember it. The big half pipe on the way to the pool area, the little building in between the... oh, okay. I will do that later because we're just going to go ahead and move on. I promised I would. Alright, Multime. Toy Robots, that's a news one. New one. Was there ever a single-player campaign in these games, or is it just challenge? Pretty much, yeah. Tony Hawk 1 and 2 were primarily just doing challenges. And then 3 and everything onwards kind of gave them stories in a way. Which was fun. The game to, like, actually get a full story treatment was Tony Hawk Underground. Triangle there. I had to pay Epic to get this game. I feel sick, but I did have it. That's how I felt too. I was just like, all right, yeah, great. I can't wait to play this. And it's like Epic only. I'm like, ugh. I'm just gonna have to grit my teeth and put up with it. Because I really wanted to play this. And yeah, I could have picked it up on the console, but I don't think the console versions have a frame rate higher than 30 for it? At the very least, they can't uncap it. Stat points. Oh, that was a very unsuccessful transfer. I don't even know what happened there. Much better. They can use my money to help lose that Apple lawsuit. Oh, they're well on their way to pissing just about everyone off with that. Of course, I say that. And, like, Microsoft just announced, oh yeah, we're totally on their side. And, depending on the way this lawsuit goes, that might actually come back to bite them in the ass big time. Stairs. The only thing that isn't in this that I kind of wish was, and I barely did anything. Let's focus on getting to the end of the level. Because this level has an ending, actually, which is funny. I always thought that was great when I was a kid. Essentially speedrun it to see how far you can go. And there's tape. Yeah, funny the direction this lawsuit keeps taking. Guess you're trapped. Oh my gosh, so it doesn't end anymore. They just send you back. And of course, the smarmy out of bounds messages are back. Which is great. Cool. I do like that it, like, brings you back like this. Ah! Nope, missed it. Oh. The most Hawk I ever played was Thug Pro, just skating around, no time limit. Yeah, yeah. I was about to say, no, Free Skate was a lot of, Free Skate and Horse was a lot of, mine and my friend's time playing this game. We're just doing I want to see if I can at least get the secret tape. Oops. Nope. Ain't happening. Well, overtime. There we go. Direction of the lawsuit. Yeah, so this lawsuit's realistically only going to end one of two ways. It's either going to be completely dismissed out of court because, you know, Apple owns the rights to their store and they have a say on what they can and can't do with it, or this is actually going to go up, you know, this might go up to the Supreme Court, and I just don't think that's going to happen at all, because the Supreme Court's also probably just going to throw it out. And if it happens the way Epic wants it to happen, well, good on them, I guess, but there's no real winners here with that. I tried beating the first Turner Pro Skater in emulator, but goddamn, no nostalgia for that game makes it hard to enjoy when you're constantly not getting enough company. Yeah, I can see that. when and the really cool thing they did with this one is they have all the mechanics all the way up to the third game in it. Which is pretty awesome. So you got your reverts, you got your manuals, you got your manual tricks, you got your lip tricks, you got your wall ride and your wall plant. Is this? No, this isn't. Let me see if I can get the secret tape. Got it. Woo! So where are these toys I need to sell? Down here? Now do it again. Yeah, manuals and reverts make it a lot better even if I suck at them. And if you really want to go completely old school, in the control options, they have settings there for turning all of that off. So if you want to go really old school and just have regular tricks, no manuals, no fancy stuff, no nothing, you can enable it in the options. Which I thought was cool. There weren't manual tricks in the first game, right? No, there weren't. No, manuals are introduced in the second one. Okay, where is this last? Is it up there? I might have missed it. Also, this game is a tutorial, which is great. It's actually, yeah, the tutorial in this is actually really good, and the fact that it rewards you for completing the tutorial is also neat. Alright, so we just got the robots, and... Oh, I didn't notice we're in the... And airwalk the flying leap gap. Okay. That's easy enough. Ugh, I am loving these chiptunes. Oops. Double tapping? Grab? Airwalk? No. There we go. Goofy skateboarding remake when you can tie it in with Kingdom Hearts. And you know, no shit, it would work because the game already, because 2 already had freaking skateboards. Ah. There's one button there. Wow, am I forgetting the controls for the kickflip already? Oh no, not the kickflip, the, yeah, the variable twist. There it is. Okay, just up, down, circle. Oh, hey, they let you grind up there now. That's cool. Then tie that into Metal Gear Solid because that's skating in 2s. Yeah! I have that on, that was part of the, was it Substance or Substance version with Metal Gear Solid? Yeah. Alright, so we're just gonna get the toys and Airwalk, but I'm gonna leave those for another time. I do not want to dwell on just one level for too long. My gosh, the skate park for getting a gold medal is gonna be nuts since you can just do manuals and reverts and everything. They better have made the score count higher. 3 heats, best 2 heats count, base 2 points. Why couldn't I do anything there, game? TNT.
Whoa.
I need to get back to streaming myself, but Persona 1 is just so draining. Might I recommend taking a break from Persona and streaming something else? Because I genuinely try to do that sometimes when I'm playing certain games on here. Because as much fun as I have with the Condemned games, sometimes you just want to play something a little lighter after you're done mashing a bunch of hobos' teeth in. Yeah, you just don't want that to be every week of your life. It eventually gets dull. Holy, 99.9? Sure, okay, fine. Oh, well, now we're gonna get drop points no matter what. Also, I haven't pumped any points into Tony, have I? Which is fine. I mean, the first game didn't have his stat points in it, so... Oh, nope. I'm loving these bit tunes! Ah, well, we still have a third wave. Alright. Let's do the thing. There. Might wait to see if Persona 2's better. If not, skip to 3 and go from there. 2's good. It's still got some dated, you know, mechanics and everything, just because it was also a PlayStation 1 game. But, oh, jeez. But, it's a substantial upgrade in terms of, you know, characters, story. I was about to say, it's actual, like, dungeons and everything you go in, and they're not, like, all stupidly long mazes and everything. Actually, a lot of the dungeons in Persona 2 are short. And we win. Yeah! The medals in this. Popcorn buckets. Break 5 no skating signs. And secret tape. Gaps. It is kinda surreal to see all these levels, you know, fully realized again from when I was a kid. In just full HD. It's nuts. I love it. And of course, everyone still wants to murder you. Aye, well, no gap for that. Why? wall plants saved my life. Also, since they don't have a couple of other mechanics that they introduced in Underground, I doubt you can grab the back of cars. No, I was kind of a little disappointed to see that you couldn't get off your board to set up tricks. That was one of my absolute favorite things they ever did. And it's why Underground remains probably my favorite Tony Hawk game still. Well, Underground 2. Underground 1 is fantastic, but 2 just outdoes it in every way. Yeah. And this is how you beat all of your friends in Horse. Wow, barely got anything done that time. Downhill Jam is the next level? Sweet! Is that, like, the game Downhill Jam, or is it just... I might just be the name of the level. I picked him! Turn around. I don't even know how to do tricks in a mail. So, anytime you manual, you can push either the grab or the flip trick buttons in different combinations, and it lets you do tricks while you're in the manual. And of course, it slows you down to do them. But it's one of the easiest ways to rack up points. So when I saw that they were doing this, I was like, it's just going to be manual tricks all over again in multiplayer, isn't it? People are going to have... severe horse competitions online. Wow, I keep saying that. Thanks for using the kickflips. Oh, awesome! Great to see you guys here. No, I was looking for chiptune albums last night, and I was just like, oh, these sound so good, and YouTube's gonna kill me. I gave you guys credit in the description, because more people have to listen to these. All these covers are fantastic, by the way. Thank you. Directly as soon as this stream is over, I am buying the full thing. Also, the little game you guys made on Itch.io is awesome for this. I really like it. There we go. Oh, wow, that's... Yeah, okay, I'm just gonna probably have to upgrade his stats, because he can't quite reach it. Thanks a bunch, you guys are very welcome. Yep, I'm thinking we're gonna have to upgrade the Hawkster's stats. We got the thing on Amazon as a download. Copyright and cover stuff is... Yeah! Because some companies are alright with that stuff. But when you're dealing with so many different licensed tracks, I imagine it's just a nightmare to approve all those covers for purchase. Well, no good right now. Yeah, I'm gonna his stats up. Still, this is easier to play than Skate. All I did was do Hall of Meat over. I played Skate 3 pretty religiously. Playing the game myself now. I'm trying to get the V logo. Yeah, there's a bunch of Vicarious Visions logos all over the game. I'm not sure if you get... I'm not sure what you get for completing all of them. I wonder if you unlock one of the developers as a skater. Oh, wow. What am I listening to now? I'm going to roll it back to more Kickblips. Perfect. YouTube just decided, hey, by the way, I don't know whose music this is, but... Let's go air, speed... Definitely need ollie. I'm gonna do melee. But, yeah, no, when I'm off stream, I'm going to be playing a bunch of this. I'm going to see if I can find other collectibles. There's a bunch of little, alien collectibles in all the map, too. And if you run over them, I guess something happens also. I think I saw a news article that you unlock an alien as a skateboarder, which was just... That was, like, playground rumors when we were kids for that. Because, of course, of the Roswell level. So seeing them do that, that's just awesome. Oh, that's much better. And I still missed it. I think that's the sole disadvantage to having stuff like the wall runs and the wall plants, is they do kind of interfere a little bit with some of the unlockables. Yeah, I've only found one or two so far. Yeah, I haven't, this was about as far as I got last time when I was just casually playing it last night. But I did find a few. Just let me unlock the Doom guy again. You know, if this game gets mod support, that'd be so cool. I was kind of disappointed there are no boxes with weird pictures. Oh yeah, weren't they pictures of the developers, like girlfriends or wives or something like that? I'm pretty sure, I think Odd Header did a video on that. Remember Shrek and Thug Underground? Oh my gosh, yeah. No, and Kiss concerts. There's something weird in each version, yeah. God, I hate the Benahadas and the Madonnas. Never know how to let... Yeah! Nope. It's still, to this day, messes me up when I'm pushing buttons and I'm just like, oh no, I just did a Madonna. I'm gonna screw this up miserably. Alright, let's actually try to get a goal. Because I'm half playing this, half staring at chat. So I'm gonna actually try to get the skate logo. Also, let's actually try to see about, getting a decent score. If I get more secret characters, then was good for... Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I was about to say, I'm glad to see that there's secret characters in this, too. Now, of course, this is going to lead to my only gripe and complaint with this game, and it's not even about the game itself, because this game is fantastic. This is just, like, hitting every single nostalgia bump for me. It's great. Nope. I gotta get more speed. Is that Activision you know, owns it. And, you know, Activision owning it back when we were kids was fine, because, you know, it's not modern-day Activision, but, you know, they've said, you know, none of the microtransaction stuff and everything else like that. It's like, alright, you know, but you guys also said that for Crash Bandicoot, and for Call of Duty, and those things eventually got introduced. And this game also kind of has a cash shop thing to buy stuff. And that has me worried. But at the same time, alright. Yep. Ah. I think Tony's just not fast enough for that. Almost over. Darth Maul owned by Disney and Tony Hawk game. Tony Hawk confirmed for Hearts. Once again, since there was skateboarding in Kingdom Hearts 2, wouldn't surprise me in the slightest. Oh, yeah, I was about to say, that's not a good place to do a manual anyways, because this guy... they said no microtransactions on release slate. It's coming guaranteed. Yeah, and that's what worries me. That's what's worrying me the most right now. Is because, Activision just has a history of doing this stuff. And I hate seeing it. I especially hate seeing it in this great remaster that doesn't have any of this stuff, that is a great and complete package on its own, sold at a fantastic price, and they'd just be like, no, we need more money. Now, what would be acceptable, they do actually have a DLC pack out for the game already you can get, but all of the proceeds are going to charity for it. So Activision isn't seeing a cent of that. And it's just a bunch of Create-A-Skater stuff. But what I would absolutely be okay with is they see this, and they're like, alright, people really like this, it's really catching on. So, and I know they're gonna do, like, they're gonna make it its own game, but seeing Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 be an expansion to this would just be cool. I mean, the movesets are already there. Oh, that's awesome. I'm pretty sure Tony Hawk had some saying that. More than likely, yeah. Actually, hearing him voice the tutorial was kind of a surprise for me. In the same way where it's like, it's cool to hear his voice when you're playing certain games and everything else, but just like, I don't know, hearing him voice stuff just takes me back to playing games like Tony Hawk Ride. Where it's just like, hey, yeah, we're really happy you picked up the most advanced controller in the known universe. It's like, yeah, this thing makes a good bludgeoning tool. I own one of those, by the way. I might actually, I might actually play it for stream just for shits and giggles someday. I think that'd be great. Eric's Oh, wow, I didn't think I was going to make that. Tony Hawk timeline memes are the best. Oh my gosh, I loved seeing the, that huge friggin' timeline. I have that on my computer somewhere. I loved it so much. What was the secret ending again where you punched him in the face? Was that... I don't remember. Was that one of the Thug games? To be real, is this a good remake? I never played the old games. This is a fantastic remake. Again, all the way down to, like, you can play this whole game with your D-pad. Yeah, I am once again half watching chat and playing the game. Alright, so I am going to at least get the 6th score. Let's do that. Or not. Tony Hawk 1... Tony Hawk 1 plus 2 plus 3. Yeah, equals 3. If they name it something silly like that, I will be in love. Just like they did with that Kingdoms of Amalur collection coming out, where they called it Re-Reckoning. It's like, it's so stupid, and yet, realistically, I wouldn't have named it anything else. Doug had you punch Eric Sparrow in the face. I think it was... Yeah, if you beat, in Tony Hawk Underground, if you, when you get to the end of the game, Eric Sparrow has a line he wants you to do. He's like, there's no way you can beat my line, and when you beat him, you get the tape back from him. But if you play through the entire game on hard on a second one, you get to the cutscene where he's like, I bet you can't beat my line, and then you punch him in the face afterwards. I loved that, because I was like, shit, I'm gonna have to do this line on hard, I don't want that. And you just punch him in the face, and it just goes to the end cutscene. I love that so much. Alright, let me actually get Skate. Let me get something done. He's over here. Crash Bandicoot DLC. Oh my gosh. You know, now that Activision has been doing all these remasters and everything else, I kind of think it would be cool to see stuff like that, but then again, I'm kind of a second mind about buying it. If they add it in for free, that'd be cool. I look forward to the Metal Gear Rising Remaster Re-Revengeance. Alright, let's see if that's enough speed. Ah, got it! Holy cow. And we got all the snack points. Sweet. Alright, let's go get the... Get Red Faction remastered. Yeah, I love that too. No, it's just like, alright, I wouldn't have named it anything else. That's great. Back in the day, someone convinced me the second ending wasn't real, so I wouldn't try it. Oh, really? Oh, good job. Completely missed that. Good job, me. But that's kind of silly. And again, it's the kind of thing where, like, you know, we're kids, and we tell all these rumors about all these games, and it's just like, there's an ending where you actually get to punch Eric? What the hell am I doing? I guess we're not getting it. Oh well. So, I mean, that's just as believable as, you know, let's say, standing in one spot for a long time and listening to the audio, and, it's the audio is essentially just, you know, two people fucking each other. Now, Tony Hawk was full of stuff like that, so, like, when someone tells you there's an ending where you get to punch Eric, yeah. There we go. About Re-Reckoning, I am torn a bit. I want to buy it since it's going to be DRM free on GOG, but it's still owned by EA, isn't it? Yes! It is still owned by EA, and of course, you know, obviously they'll see a cut of your money, but any game that releases on GOG is DRM free. No questions asked. There's no Origin or anything else like that. I think they have the first Dead Space on there, and you can just get it completely DRM free. There we go, we got the Skate. Failing a miserable amount of times. So let's get the 6th score. But yeah, it's still owned by EA, and I don't remember, I don't think the original company is working on it anymore? But it's still the best way. It's still probably going to be the best way to get that game. Guys, I spoke to Vinny, and he told me if you get the level 4 revive material, you can bring Tony Hawk back to life. It's a true story. I saw my older brother do it. Guys, if you turn your Game Boy Color upside down, when you're evolving a Kangaskhan, it turns into a Yoshi. I remember that one. That was the big one for me when I was a kid. Do you think EA will ever redeem itself? There is a lot of backtracking and a lot of flat out apologizing EA would have to do to get themselves to, like, I liked EA even all the way up to like the, you know, like mid to late 2000s when they were still doing experimental games like Mirror's Edge and stuff like that. Let's go to the next level. Actually, before we do that, stat points. Second. Why don't we put it into speed? No, that, like, at this point, I was about to say, because if the latest Madden game has shown anything, they're just happy and content with just taking people's money with the bare minimum amount of effort. And that's just how they're going to be. Why actually take the effort and tell a team that they, you know, have a couple years to develop a title, fix up all the bugs, make it, you know, chock full of content and everything, when they can just release you the same garbage year after year and make it so you have to pay for it all over again. And that's just the mentality, because instead of doing something like, you know, EA could, for example, they could just release a flat-out Madden game, like an always online game, with roster changes and everything else, and keep the microtransaction stuff. And then they wouldn't have to do $60 and, you know, $100, $120 collector's edition things. But they have to do that because it's EA, and they need every single conceivable cent known to mankind. So no, I don't see EA changing anytime soon. And anytime they do something like a Jedi Fallen Order, or they have their, you know, their indies, and all their indie games are great, they hide behind them and use them as excuses. And I hate that shit. I heard if you play Final Fantasy VII 5 times in a row without dying right before Sephiroth stabs her, Tony Hawk will hit a 900 in his face. Wait, isn't there a Pokemon in the new ones where you actually have to turn your 3DS upside down to evolve it? Yes, there is! And it was based off that schoolyard rumor we had when we were kids. Shh. Eric Sparrow used a bell to get a better skateboard. No, he just stole ours. Wow, man, your skateboard looks pretty beat up. Yep. I love Downhill Jam. This was always one of my favorite levels. Psh. Yep, missed the valve. Turn around. Insert really dumb Duke Nukem. Oh, I hate valve puzzles. Nope. The only other kind of regret I'm seeing to having this game in a new engine and all like high-res up and everything else like that, I was kind of hoping they might implement a physics engine so that like when you biff it hard. I missed that. Why? Come on. That dies. Wait, skateboarders have teleportation powers. Why am I just learning about this now? How else are you supposed to survive that? The funny thing is it looks more like a rewind power than anything else. I'm celebrating. Wow, I was holding down X and everything, game. Thank you. Ah, good jump. Yeah, no, EA has a long way to go before they think they're gonna, like, earn the trust of the general gaming community right now. And of course, you know, a lot of people... just messing this up big time. And of course, you know, there's a lot of people out there who, you know, they're gonna buy the yearly Madden game, you know, every single time. Because it's just, you know, what you do. You know, the same people who always buy the yearly releases for, you know, Call of Duty games and everything else. It's like, well, the new COD's out, I guess I just gotta pick it up. And no matter how much complaining, no matter how broken it is, no matter how mediocre it is, it's just always gonna sell. And no amount of the gaming community sitting there going, vote with your wallets, is going to fix that, because that never works. That never works. Ross said it in one of his videos, which he said he heard it from somebody else. But he's like, as soon as I hear someone say vote with your wallet, I know I know what they're trying to fight for is dead. And it's just like, yeah, all the time, every time. I'm just messing with drone? Yeah, it was mostly a reference to Super Best Friends LP. Oh, yep. Oh, got it. Should be able to get up there, but we gotta get some speed. Tony Hawk 3 and 4? Nah, remaster Tony Hawk 5 instead. You know? Tony Hawk 3 and 4 are great games. 5 was just dreadful. So I kind of agree with that sentiment. In only the way where I think remastering a bad game is a good idea. Because we get remasters for good games all the time, you know, good marketing, you know, it's something that's obviously going to sell in someone's eyes. I mean, Ross of Freeman's Mind. Yeah, Accursed Farms, Ross. Good old Ross's Game Dungeons. Love his stuff. Annualized releases are screwed. Yeah, it just, you see so much creativity get stifled with that. It like literally pisses me off. Because like these sell so well, but all these game companies go and they're like, well, you know, it sold like 12 million copies, but it didn't sell as well as we would have liked. It's like, you sold 12 million of a thing. If I sold 12 million of a thing, first of all, I'd wake up. And then, the second thing I do is just go, wow, this is incredible. I can't imagine living in such like a corporate mindset where you sell 12 million of something and you see that as a disappointment. Just, Ugh. I know people say this a lot, but gaming needs a good hard crash to fix things on the yeah, big time. Because, like, it's, like, what's the best way to put it? Just, like, smaller studios, like middleware studios and everything else like that, indie games, they're doing just fine right now. They're thriving. But the state of the AAA space is just in such a wreck. Good miss. How's your game going? I'm kind of half watching chat and half playing the game. So, I mean, the game could be going better, but at the same time, I enjoy the discussions and everything else. So I'm not gonna pass up on it. I am gonna actually try a little harder, though. Why? Ross said he never paid more than $20 for a game, so I'm sure he knows what he's talking. I mean, yeah. When I can buy this for the price of a sandwich, I'll be excited for it. You know, that's how I feel every single time they, Ubisoft releases basically anything now, really. It's like, hey, we got another Far Cry game coming out. Hey, here's another Assassin's Creed game coming out. Like, oh, great! I can't wait for that to be on sale for $7. And that's when I'll pick it up. No sooner, no later. Ow. In other news, Ultra Kill is the best and you should play. I saw it came out! I loved when I played in the demo. Yep, that one's on my radar, along with, you know, the other ones in that whole saga, you know, Gloomhaven and, of course, Dusk. I still haven't picked up Dusk yet. There we go. Ow, how? It was right there. Let's see. Gotta inject so much money into a project, it won't break even if it sells 1 billion copies. Yep. And now there's all this talk of quadruple A. This is the most ridiculous thing. And this isn't the first time the industry's tried to coin that term either. There's so many problems in the, you know, big corporate video game space right now that them sitting there saying, like, well, we can make higher quality games. We're going to call them quadruple A. It's like, I'm going to have to stop you right there. Wow, I'm just messing this up big time. I meant the game you're developing. Weren't you developing it? Yes, yes, I am. It's going well. On the last stream, not this Thursday's, but the last one, I did go into some detail. I'm actually gonna focus on this a little more, or else we're just gonna be stuck in the same level for the next 2 hours, and I'd rather not. Let me see if I can get one of these goals. Nope. Yeah, no, progress on that's good. Pretty much where I left it off last was I'm still kind of doing like a little development document for it. There we go. Ah, why? But yeah, no, it's going very well. Nope, the big thing with the game I'm working on is pretty much all the assets and everything in it, the sound, the music, the graphics, everything else, is all gonna basically be completely original. Unlike the game I have now, where some of the stuff is just kind of some stock RPG Maker assets. assets, which I'd like to not do for the finale. But yeah. They'll eventually get to the point where the money needed outweighs the money they'll get. Yeah! That's what I wanted to get. Yeah, it's exactly that. I was about to say, with graphics getting better and better, the need for more employees, the less profit they get. Yep, and I was about to say, and then they have all these employees work on these, you know, huge projects for them. And then once the huge project is done, they're like, oh, great, well, we're going to fire you so we can hire more people so that they can work for lesser wages. Sandwich costs $7. Where are you from? It's been amazing. Well, I mean, subs, but would you consider a sub a sandwich? We're back on the sandwich alignment chart. A hot dog is a sandwich. Get out of here with that. I don't even know what happened there. Woo. Let me go for the score. There we go. Listening to this, all I can think of is like Altered Beast for the beginning of it. It just kind of sounds like it. Or it sounds like the final boss theme in Sonic 3 when you're facing off against the final form of Eggman. I love these chiptune versions. They're so good. I've been looking forward to playing Wildlands forever, but it's still full price despite being free. They gave it away for free a while back. Like Ubisoft's been known to do with a lot of their games now. Just flat out give them out. And they're like, sweet, we can get people to buy the DLC now. Am I the only one that's perfectly okay with Half-Life 2 graphics? No, not at all. Like, as great as I think this game is, and it's, you know, amazing to see it full HD, you know, 60 frames, or in the case of my computer, can go all the way up to, like, 144. Ooh, yeah, I got it! Graphics are such a low priority for me with games, because gameplay can carry a game so hard. And eventually, you know, the wonderment of graphics kind of, you know, it wears out after a while. You get used to the fact that the game looks good. So, something else has to hold that game in place. Nintendo realized that they can't force limit the number of games they sell, creating false scarcity in the digital age, so now they're adding time. Oh my god, the whole Mario 3D collection. So yeah, anyone who followed me on Twitter knows my opinions on that, big time. It's miserable. Absolutely miserable. I was telling another friend, imagine... Okay, so, of course, you have all these Nintendo fans who just seems to be okay with this, you know? Imagine if Sega released the Yakuza Remastered Collection, right? And they barely did any touch-ups for it. They didn't improve the frame rate, you know, they kept it. In fact, you have to go out and buy a PlayStation Move controller in order to play some of it, right? Okay? Now stay with me on this. And then they removed it after 5 months. There would be riots in the streets over that. But when Nintendo does it, it's fine? Yeah. Talking about game assets, I played No One Lives Under the Lighthouse recently. I think 90% of those assets were bought in the assets. I've never heard of that game. No idea. It looked all like a cohesive thing. Well, I think that's fine. Realistically, if you can make it cohesive with, you know, still using assets and everything, to the point where people aren't going, well, that kind of sticks out. I think that's fine. In fact, there really isn't anything too inherently wrong with using assets, just, you know, make your game good. Very, very Sega. Yeah, yeah. I love these. I love these tracks so much. You guys did a fantastic job with these. Not at all. I've been playing some PS2 games recently. Some of them are really... Yeah, yeah. Especially, like, playing a lot of these games on an emulator, where, you know, we have the option to upscale a lot of these games. I messed that one up completely. I didn't think it's actually possible to run a business by just making games and selling them. I think it's just the constant obsession with growth. Yeah, yeah, big time. I was about to say, because it's not enough to just sell games. It's the big studios have to appease shareholders now, and it's just so. Ugh. A taco is one slice sandwich. It's just the slice is big. If you haven't heard our new SpongeBob Chiptune album, the cover of Sweet Victory has all these obscure NES game influences. Oh, awesome! Look it up on SoundCloud. You can see all the different games. It takes some sort of... Oh, great! Actually, I saw it when I went on your guys' website when I was pulling this up to play in the stream. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that one out. The second I learned the Mario 64 remake out, it's the international version. So no BLJs. It's got the Rumble support, and no more. So long, Gay Bowser. Gay Bowser is now dead. Rest in peace. I'm gonna take a quick second, catch up with chat quick, because I've kind of been going back and forth. I wonder how much cheaper making Doom 2016 would have been if the graphics were on the same level as Half-Life 2. Significantly cheaper, I'd say. Because you got to think a lot of the development time is working on, you know, fixing up and polishing these graphics so that everything cohesively works out together. And check out the BLJs, that's just dumb. That and removing Gay Bowser. Yeah, there it is. That's not even the worst part of what they're doing with this collection. So, they've confirmed, so far, Super Mario 64 is going to run at 720p. And it's not even full 720p, it's 960 by 720. That does not matter if you have it docked or in handheld mode. That's the resolution, flat out. And it's like, there's 4 black bars around it. I don't know if they have any scaling options, they haven't said. Super Mario Sunshine does not have GameCube controller support, despite the fact that the GameCube adapters work just fine on it. And Super Mario Galaxy requires that you play with separate Joy-Cons, which means if you're playing on a Switch Lite, you need to pay an extra $80 to go get Joy-Cons on top of the $60 you're playing for the game. The 3D collection is just a fucking mess, to put it very nicely. It's just a different kind of sub. A sub is one piece of bread. It's also got meat, cheese, and it's just a sandwich, a Tex-Mex sandwich. And I remember the 20th Mario anniversary, they released Super Mario All-Stars, SNES, on a current console. Yeah, and then later they did it for $20, again, when they did the re-release for it. God Hand was released on PS2 in 2006, and the graphics... Oh, I love God Hand! I gotta stream that! I've got that on my PS3. I love that game to pieces. I've been playing Ultra Kill on the PlayStation... on the PSX setting, and it's amazing. Graphics mean nothing to me unless it's a major... Yeah, definitely. Alright, let's keep going now that I've caught up. I just had to catch up with everyone quick for a second. You know, I keep seeing that drone. I wonder if, like, you're supposed to race it down. That was white. Oh, that was great. There we go. So now we just gotta get the last one. Which, I think it's on the wall? Yep, there it is. Aye! There we go. Okay, so there's the valves. We don't have to worry about those again. Gotta get the hard heads. Got it! Out of bounds! Watch me explode! There we go. About Doom being made in Half-Life 2's graphics. It'd probably be the same, there's a lot more detail, but the tools are also a lot more advanced. It depends on how they license out the engine, but, since you have a lot less detail in it, you're hiring a lot less graphical artists, so, in essence, you would be saving a lot of money. I mean, that's my view on it, of course. Specifically with tools like Substance Painter that use procedural generation texture for dirt. Yeah. Yeah, it would reduce production costs. Okay. Sweet. Only because you're not having to hire so many people to work on specific things. Oh, this is the one with the little bowl with the eye! Yeah! I love this one! Oh, this is one of my favorite qualifying levels. I love this one. Aye! Wrong button. Better button. Alright, and... yeah! Nice. I hate Sony's mentality at PS1 and PS2 games look ugly. Let's not let people play them on the PlayStation 5. I hate that. Especially since they let people play PlayStation 1 games on the PlayStation 3. I mean, come on. That's such a dumb mentality when they've shown to have backwards compatibility before. Yes, you can have the, greatest graphics-pushing hardware ever in the history of man. It does not stop the fact that people want to play older games. It's exactly what Microsoft realized, and thank God all of their systems they released were DVD-based, because they just have full backwards compatibility with everything now. Tony Hawk for Mortal Kombat 11. But would Tony Hawk approve of having his limbs get torn off? Where do we draw the line? Kind of like with them having Arnold as the Terminator in Mortal Kombat 11. It's like, alright, we gotta get it in his contract for like some kind of weird non-violence clause thing. Because Arnie might not like playing a game where people are ripping him limb from limb. Why? Trying to do the kickflip again, it just wasn't working. Well, we're gonna lose this one terribly. We just gotta not make any mistakes. Like that. Help! Oh, wait, we're up here now. Wait, don't move. Don't move. Yeah! I meant to do that. Oof. Yuck. Second place. Unacceptable. Let's see, is there any way to significantly reduce production cost? For games? I can think of one really easy way to reduce production cost. And you wouldn't have to take anything away from the game. Marketing. Big video game publishers pump so much money into marketing. Getting big Hollywood actors, you know, crap like that when it's completely unnecessary. Hey, instead of spending all the money marketing the game like this, we could instead spend all that time and investment into improving the product. Silly thing like that, I know. How dare I? Yuck. Hell. Remember when Mario Kart DS had boss fights? Oh my God. When I saw those, the first thing I thought is, wow, man. I, too, also liked playing Diddy Kong Racing. Nintendo, once again stealing things from Rare. I didn't have Mario Kart as a kid. I had Speed Freaks! Okay. So, a lot of people know I am the obscure game master. There are a lot of obscure games I play that nobody else does, and again, whole point of the channel here. But, one game I had when I was a kid, that me and my little brother would play religiously, was a racing game. It was a first-person one, called Piejackers. It had a theme song and everything. I still remember parts of it. You can probably find it if you Google it, but it was one of those random-ass games where you're not just doing a race, you're also making a pizza while you're doing the race. And you have to make sure to make it correctly and get first place. So everyone else is playing Mario Kart, meanwhile me and my little brother are playing, Piejackers. They can also leverage things like asset stores and DAC Studio. You can do a lot with systems. Yeah, I was about to say, there's a lot of companies that get, like, big audio depositories, or just, like, audio libraries, and they just use that stuff for their games. Isn't marketing budget the reason Destiny couldn't have possibly been... Yeah, exactly. When everyone said that Destiny was, like, way over budget, most of it was because of marketing. Oh yeah, there's no need to get big Hollywood actors, expensive TV spots. Yeah, exactly. No, not at all. None whatsoever. Diddy Kong Racing, never played that myself, so it's not in my brain as much. There's also a DS port of Diddy Kong Racing, which is pretty spectacular. Not only do you get to have, you know, the whole game on the go. Wow. So we're not... Yeah. Sorry, guys. Not only did you have the full game on the go, but you had a bunch of fun little extras as well. Like, you could record your voice into the microphone and use it for sound effects for when you got hit, or when you fired anything at an enemy, or when you got a speed boost. So, you know, naturally when you're sitting there as a 15-year-old kid and you're immature as shit, the first thing you think to do is to just scream into the microphone, and it's the most hilarious thing ever, where every single time you fire something, you're like, "Blah!" Oh, that was much better. Yeah, 92. Perfect. Audio libraries are essential for not making a game take years. I can't imagine having to go out to record it. Yeah, exactly. In the subway, we have a helicopter that shoots cannons. Oh, I was about to say, in the actual game? I didn't get that far. But yeah, and then I see, like, how people make, certain sound effects. For games and everything else. That fascinates me. For the game I'm working on, I did a lot of the sound effects, myself. And I just love doing work like that. Just about 60 to 70% of all the sound effects in my game are completely original ones that I made. Because I just had a blast making them all one night. No kidding on the DS version, that's neat. Yeah, no, I love it. Probably the best way to play that game. Of course it's missing some stuff from the 64 ones. I was gonna land that. Why then? Oh, I landed it? Okay. Not gonna complain. Let's keep moving on. Look, Hawkster, you're the man, but that kind of height for a 900 scared me. Alright. Land that. Why? Damn it! Okay, we still got... Oh, wow. Really? We are points... We are to the 100th points away from being in first place. What the heck? Let's see, did anyone else here play Resident Evil Survivor on the PlayStation? I did. I don't remember enjoying it. Are there any other YouTubers bring games from the dead? Like, Lodge Level 4 with Harvester, Curse Farms with about 3, and you with Pumpkinhead in that Titanic game. One adventure at a time. Yeah, actually. I was about to say, you've got streamers like, Joel and Vinny who just play, like, the worst crap you can possibly find on every single system. And it's great seeing them do that. Like, I kind of got excited when I saw Vinny playing Illbleed. I'm like, you gotta play the rest of it! And he's like, no, man. So I was like, yeah, I'll do it myself. And I played through the whole game on stream. Let's see. The only time a big Hollywood star should be in a game with care and reasonable paycheck. Like, it's a damn shame Robin Williams didn't get to game. Yeah! Well, there's that rumor that the one character is actually Robin Williams. I remember that. But I think it's just a rumor. I do amateur theater, we have to make a lot of our own sound effects all the time. Yeah. Did you get some of the GDC audio libraries? They have one for almost each year with lots of different sounds. No, I didn't. That's cool. I'll have to look those up. I know a friend of mine used them, but I don't actually have them. Or just do what one of my friends did on the final night of a Jack the Ripper play and throw the gun into the audience by accident. And the murderer is you in the audience! Williams, as I understood it, took a pay cut for Aladdin because he loved animation. So I imagine he'd have done something similar to Breath of the Wild. Yeah, he definitely would have. No, I still think that's the greatest video game advertising of all time, was for Ocarina of Time 3D. Having him sitting there talking about his daughter. It's like, that's great. That's amazing. Multiple GBs per pack. It's like a sample of a whole lot of big libraries in one. Sweet! That sounds awesome. I've been playing my DS Lite again recently. Just wanted a mobile game experience with real controls. Can't afford a Switch. Yeah, I can do that. Fine, I'll do it myself. I wonder how much it costs CD Projekt Red to get Keanu Reeves. That's an excellent question. Man, I cannot hear you over the music. Yeah, let me, there we go. Yeah, I looked over at, oh, you know what it is? There it is. Okay, yep. Um, when, when I refreshed it, it jacked the audio up again because I had pre-done audio settings. So, there we go. That should fix that. Yeah, when I restarted the video, I was playing on this for YouTube. YouTube was like, okay, sure, I'll just jack up the volume again. I bring back some obscure games. You just might not want them. Yeah, like game. Yeah, exactly what like Spoony did with the Pumpkinhead. It's just like, yeah, you know, nobody knew about this game, but did you want to? Did you really? Like when Spoony did the review for the Highlander game, I was like, there was a Highlander game? And I'm just like, oh, of course it was on the Jaguar CD. That's why. I'm sure you can. There are torrents if people seed them. Legal torrents are... It's funny because there do exist a lot of legal torrents. And yet, at the same time... sometimes distinguishing them from legal to very illegal ones can be rather difficult. There we go, first place. That's all I wanted. Alright, let's actually quit out of this so we can level up the Hawkster. Did I unlock? Oh, I did! I did unlock a board form. Sweet! Oh, hell yeah! Have to. Have to. We just gotta get this next. The Keanu Reeves thing is very interesting since Cyberpunk appears to be completely free of scummy tactics, so it seems the budget's fine. Wonder how that collab came out. Keanu Reeves is... he's not a big gamer, but at the same time, he loves what certain video game companies do. It hasn't been the first time he's been in the talks with a game company to be featured in it. I unearthed tunnel rats and shoved it back in Olive. Friggin' took all the effort to dig that up, spend $20 on it. Well, I mean, you didn't spend $20 on it. Realistically, nobody should be spending anything. Uwe Ball owes everyone refunds for that. But yeah, unearthed that, picked it up, looked at it, and said, oh, no wonder it was broken. It's dead. I miss Spooner's reviews. A lot of people do. Unfortunately, it's just... Spoonie's a tricky subject to talk about, because a lot of what's happening right now is of his own making. It's just unfortunate. Okay, let's actually see some things we can buy. Oh, branding. And buy branding. Is it like how Henry Cavill wanted to play Geralt because he's a big Witcher fan? Yeah, sort of, yeah. Keanu gives away a lot of his money, so maybe he didn't ask for much. Could be. You really should play God Hand on Streets of... Yeah! I'll run that one up on a poll someday when I pull the PS3 back out. Because there's a couple other PS3 games I'd like to play. A lot of good stuff. Alright, well, now that I'm seeing all this neat stuff that we can buy, naturally our next on the agenda is we gotta make a character. No if, and, ors, or buts about it now. Also, outside of John Wick franchise, Reeves hasn't been doing that much lately. He's been on and off. He's done like a couple of voiceover roles for things, but yeah. Oh, it just has my username on there. Okay, that's good. And... Where do you put your polls? I don't remember seeing them on your YouTube channel. They're not on the YouTube channel. I have them over on my Twitter. I always have a link for my Twitter account in the description of these streams. And I run them... I used to run them every Monday, but I've been running them Sundays now. Other YouTubers that enjoy obscure games include Matt McMuscles and Wooly vs. Yeah, and Stop Skeletons from Fighting. I love their shit. No, I love when Derek brought up Death Crimson OX. I'm like, oh my god, someone else heard of that? Holy shit! Because I have that on my Dreamcast. And just how like completely bonkers its creator was. I just love it. Perfect. Can't get any better than that. Damn it! This game reminded me. This game reminded me. I named my Epic account Crit Fisto for some reason. I claimed Taijian like back when they first did it, because they were giving away free copies of Shadow Complex. And I love that game. That's another great one I gotta stream at some point. Shadow Complex has one of the best alternate endings I've ever seen in a game. You can beat that game in about 10 minutes. Your girlfriend gets kidnapped at the beginning of it, and you can choose to leave her behind and just get in the car and drive off. And Nolan North is just like, there's plenty of fish in the sea. It's a great game. If you love Metroidvania games, Shadow Complex is great. Perfect. Damn it! There, does that work for you? Good. We're not changing it again. Nope, and the chat disappeared. There we go. Yeah, I was about to take a Mongolian switch. Some streamers called Retro Pals played all the Death Crimson games on stream, gave that a look, and went, well. No, I remember trying to get a light gun so I could play Death Crimson OX on the Dreamcast. Oh. We might just have to go with this one on principle. It's amazing seeing some of these boards in just, like, full HD in this game. When they were, like, barely, like, I don't know, 128 by 64 pixels when we were kids. Oh, hey, an element board. A lot of this stuff is from me spending $10 extra on this game. Let's see. I get it. Well, I mean, I just gotta go with it. So when do the Whispers of Fate appear in this game? Oh my god! Oh my gosh. Okay. That got me good. That got me good. Seems like a lot of the digital deluxe stuff is, like, license things, too. Wait. Wait, go back. There we go. Let's see, what else we get? Of course, we got Vision and Vans and things like that. Oh man, I saw you play Pixel Ripped. I wish it wasn't available. It's... I can kind of understand, like, thinking that with it, but it really feels like a game where if someone made a mode for it where you didn't have to play it in VR, that'd be fine. In fact, I think someone was working on a program for that too. Yeah, it just kind of felt like the perfect bite-sized VR game. The experience with being able to, like, look around and, you know, explore and everything else, it felt great. But yeah, I get your point with wishing it wasn't in VR. Tony Hawk didn't hit a 900 in the warehouse. You altered the time. Remember, kids, be safe. 3 whole socks! I imagine there's more in the store to unlock. No, I actually really enjoyed the Final Fantasy VII Remake all the way up till the end, where, like, the last hour was like, oh, okay. Alright. I liked the game enough that I went through, I platinumed it and beat it twice. I thought it was a good time, just the ending was not good. Thanks again for using Kickblips. It was great seeing you. Thank you very much for coming around. And once again, all of the chiptune soundtracks that you're hearing in the background is by Kickblips. Each track is MIDI old chiptune renditions of you know, all the great, I was about to say, all the great classic songs we were hearing just from Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 to 4. So I've got their link in the description. Definitely check them out. Oh, I can change the trucks too. Oh, cool. Oh, it even changes the material on them. That's neat. I like that. Oh, I like that a lot. Eric Sparrow knew you'd win, so he went to an alternate universe to change. 17 different artists. Yeah, I was about to say, and there's and they have a lot more than just what you're listening to right now. They have, I think, there's two other soundtracks they have on their website. Definitely check them out. Thanks, Chow. Yep. Thank you very much for coming around. It was great. Nope, I paid extra money to get these Vans. Well, I mean, realistically, I pay $10 for these, or, you know, pay $200 for actual ones, so, yeah. See, I don't have an issue with Pixel Rip being a VR game. I just wish there was a mode where people without VR could... Yeah, definitely. And again, like I said, I think someone's working on a program to make it so you can do that. I know a couple of games got releases like that. The Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted. You can actually buy that now and play it without VR. There's like full controller support and everything. Wow, even just like tattoos? Dude! I love it. You know what this means now that we have all these tattoos? We're gonna have to make Goro Majima in this now. It has to be done. Alright, let's see how pasty white we can get. Pretty pasty, pretty white. We're slowly but surely looking like the guy in the front of Skate or Die. Actually, with this look, we're kind of looking like the main character from Sunset Overdrive. Let's see. Alright, should we just make someone who looks absolutely ridiculous? Alright, let's get the most chiseled face we can. This man has seen death. Using the mouse, it previews what you hover over, which is just weird. I wish it kind of previewed what you selected. I'm just gonna make... You're making a chat. Let's see. This is gonna have to... Let's see. Oh, whoops. Dang it, I wanted, like, some crazy colors. Well, we're gonna have to make him vampire white, then. Might need that. Might need that. Nope, we're going with that. No questions about it. Speaking of vampire, I tried to make Bob Ross. Anyone else watch the Spiffin Brit? Is he the one who does all the something is perfectly balanced and is no way broken videos? Tried making Bob Ross. Oh. I love the line here. Yeah, I really like all the options they have here for the create a character. Oh wow, because a lot of games just do like basic makeup and everything. There are a lot of options here. I love it. I love all of it. Yes, perfectly. Yeah, I thought it was what it was. I think his one of his more recent ones, the Roller Coaster Tycoon one, was my favorite from him. And then he had one about with Fallout 4 that was also really good. Those are the two I remember. Well, of course. See, all I'm doing right now is we're just making a very depressed clown. He looks like the Swede from Hell on Wheels with an afro. Oh, you can make... Holy shit! Okay, yep, nope, it's official. I love the customization in this game. This is great. I'm the Joker, baby. And then we gotta have some dirty brown in there, too. Nice. Oh, it even saves him as... Oh, that's so cool! I love it. I love it so much. do the same thing. Not bright enough. Must make it brighter. Needs to be actually pink. We have our man. Nice. And I can still add tattoos on top of all that? Oh crap, why would we even give him a shirt? FYI, there are tools like Dev Studio that have character customization engines, like what we have here, but much more advanced. That's what I'm talking about before, making terms of game. And the other thing that makes games cheaper, too, and a lot of game companies do this for reasons, you know, beyond my understanding. Oh, yeah, that's what I was like, why can't I want to make the rest of them completely, like, bleach white. We've officially made a lumberjack posing as about to say, trying to go out with his friends, posing as Jeff the Killer, and a couple of splotches of some obscure anime show a friend of his likes. But yeah, the other thing is, you have a lot of companies that will go out of their way to like make a lot of huge changes to engines and everything like that, and then when they go and make a new game, they either have to, you know, start all that from scratch, or make a whole bunch of other new changes to the engine. That shit gets expensive. See, he agrees. Especially if you're licensing that engine out from someone else. You made some kind of hipster JRPG Joker. Oh, so this is just what Tetsuya Nomura's Joker would look like. Gotcha. Wait. Can I just be wearing the Vincent boxers? Can we just make... Wait, can we just make Vincent from Catherine? We might be able to with that hair. Well, yeah, why am I even wearing pants if I can just be wearing those? Get those out of here. Alright. That's it. I like him. Most games don't even develop their own engines anymore, though it's probably good. Yeah, because remember when Square Enix was developing their own engines for everything? Like, literally everything? Let's see, what do we want? Kind of like this coffee. We're gonna go with that. And... Pizza guy! Yeah! Pizza time! And we gotta have a grind. Let's see. Yeah, because, like, Square Enix made the Luminous engine, and then they didn't really use it for anything till Final Fantasy 15. And then 15 kind of, you know, flopped a little bit, or at least it didn't sell to their expectations. And, yeah, so now they are actually working on a new game that's using the Luminous engine. Alright. And there's stuff in the shop we can buy, but I've spent too long not actually playing this skateboarding game, so we're fixing that. Let's just run them in the warehouse quick. Whoa, and I landed it. Okay. Wasn't expecting to. Wow, even the created characters, what the hell am I saying? Even the created characters have their own challenges. That is neat. I really like that. Oh, missed that completely. Wow. Did I just hear a monkey? I swear I just heard a monkey. No, we got the 2 stat points, which is all that matters. I like characters. Actually, that's kind of the one funny thing I kind of noticed with this is like Tony Hawk's Underground. I still think had some of the best custom skater options because there was some like off the wall stuff. Like obviously, you know, like making a full skeleton character, making like a whole like Grim Reaper character. You could even like take your legs away to have it so you were floating on the board. I kind of miss that. I wish that was here. Let's see. When I first started in games, every game was made using a new engine. People talked about using the same engine more than once, but tech moved so fast it was often easier to start from scratch. Yeah. Half-Life and Unreal were 2 of the games that actually changed it. Yeah, because the engines were just kind of so set in place and so advanced for their time. It was just like, well, why would we want to use anything else? Can you make a monster skater like Pumpkinhead? No, not in this. But like I was just saying with Tony Hawk Underground, you definitely could. I was about to say, there were so many options for that. Oh wow, I haven't been claiming any of my challenges. New boards. Neat. There is so much to do in this game. I love it. You get a lot of bang for your buck here. And of course it has the Creative Park. I mean, we haven't even touched that yet. There's even new parts you can buy for the Creative Park inside of the skate shop. So you can keep unlocking stuff for that. You should stream some of those DreadX games someday, especially from Part 2. Some of those games are super interesting, working on a review for that, no spoilers and everything. Oh, good. I've played and completed more than half of the ones from the first DreadX collection. There are definitely some standout games in there for me. I'm forgetting all the games' names right now. Of course, there was Mr. Bucket, which was, like, surreal. I actually managed to get through that one without actually losing stats for 2 days straight. because I realized what the game was trying to have me do right from the beginning. When it's like, okay, I'm going to take one of your friends away. It's like, oh, that's why all these other options are here. Okay. But that one was interesting, and the ending was kind of... Alright. And then there's the other one where you were like, it's you running around the house trying to find all the keys, and they're all randomly generated. Pizza guy! The ending for that one was, like, I loved it, but the rest of the game I really didn't like it at all. Because I like the concept where it's like every time you die, a previous person was leaving hints for you to continue. I like that concept, but the way it was executed was just... it could have been better. But the ending made up for that whole game. I love the ending to it. It's great. And then there was the one where you got to make your own spells, or you, like, you did all the spells that you learned. That's where you had the, like, cult, you had the grimoire. And you had to stab yourself for some of the spells and everything. I love that one. Some of those games are just really good. And considering I paid $5 for the whole collection, it was worth it. Alright, let's go to San Francisco. But, yeah, I still gotta pick up the, second collection. Alright, again, you're gonna notice some, like, weird stuttering on your end, maybe? A lot of that's the stream, but it's also a weird issue with running in this game in 60 FPS. So, when I run this game in 90, it runs just fine. But when it's on 60, it just has weird issues? I don't know. I did everything I could to smooth a lot of them out before the stream. Oh jeez. Stop! Turn! Jump! Life preserver. The Precarious Visions thing again. They're on to me. I gotta get out of here. Go! Oh, nope. Yeah, I messed that one up big time. Yeah, I knew that wasn't gonna happen. But I tried anyways. Wow. Nope. Just messed this up big time. Would you mind asking your audience if any of them would be interested in a game featuring a full retro gaming... Oh, is that the... that's the one you sent me that you were making. No, I had a good time with that, actually. Nope, that was the one where, that's the one you're making. It starts out as Missile Commander, and then it turns into, like, a top-down adventure. I love that. But, no, yeah, Disthrone here in the chat was making his own game, and it's a lot of fun. I remember my first time going through it, I was having some issues, but most of those, I believe you said, were addressed now. That's like, because I had one where it was kind of preventing me from getting towards the end of the game. But no, I really like that. Actually, a different one, I think. Is it? Let's see if I can just get the... There we go. The game menu for 2 is a game in itself and can be unnerving. Like staring through a window and seeing a skinless person just staring at you from the... Oh, yeah. And again, that's something that, that I really liked when I was playing Pixel Rip, because the entire point of that game is you're playing a game within a game. And playing something like that in VR, where you have to, like, get up and look around and, like, examine the environment while you're doing something else. Like, what was that one game? Welcome to the Game, where you're trying to find the Red Room, and you're having to log out of the computer and look around and make sure Russians aren't trying to kill you. I'm still working on that one. What issues are we having? If I recall, I got to the end where you had to, I think it's where you had to, like, choose to shoot your commander or not. And anytime I did it, it wouldn't let me walk past him, and I couldn't finish the game. I believe that was the issue I was having with it. It was 6 score, 5 cup cars, skate, life preservers, nose grab, the hubba gab. 5-0 around the fountain. Get the secret tape. So. Nope. Got towel. Up the stairs. Up. Up. Just trying to grind on those. I think I fixed that issue. Yeah, you told me that one was fixed when we were last talking. Here. Nope. Missed that. Nope. Not high enough. Well, I messed up this run big time, huh? My testing team is quite small, and all volunteers are quite small. Yeah, it's as I was about to say, it's even when you release something public like that and everything, it's not always a guarantee you can get people to test it. Like, even when I was doing the whole beta contest for my game, I was about to say, in the end, I only had about 5. Well, I had more than 5 people submit scores. But, because of a silly bug, some of those people, their scores didn't register at the end, or it didn't register correctly. I fixed the bug, but they didn't resubmit their scores after the fact. Start this again. I'm gonna go for the cars and life preservers. Why? But, Dad! I'm defying gravity. Let me have this. Yep. Well, I was about to say, I made the gap at least, and then no. Okay, and that sucks. My game's currently totally free, but it was like pulling teeth to get anyone to come. Yeah, it's just really rough, because even like, because I ran a full contest where, you know, I was giving away, you know, I wasn't giving away like cheap games or anything, and my game's completely free too. I've been working on it so long, and just with the stuff in it, I just wouldn't feel comfortable with selling it for any price. It's just a dumb RPG Maker project anyways I was working on, and then it just kind of grew its own life and became its own thing. But, yeah, even when offering stuff like that, it's tricky. But I had quite a number of people who did help me out with it. Found things that I would have never even, you know, thought to look for. Which is exactly why you do any kind of beta testing like that in the first place. After you beta tested it and ran everything yourself so far, you kind of get into this pattern of like, okay, so yeah, this is going to happen, this should happen, la-di-da-di-da-di-da. And you start thinking less and less outside of the box of how that could go wrong. And that's exactly why you need other people's opinions on that. Because someone else is going to catch something that you've been missing for years. And yeah, this beta test... this beta test, like, pulled up a lot of stuff. And it was everything I needed. I even found a way to patch out a problem that, like, a really rare problem someone was having. Like, it was literally a 1 in 1,000 chance that it could possibly ever happen. But I looked at it, I'm like, well, I'm not taking that chance. So, we're fixing it. Our RPG Maker projects take a long time for one guy to complete. The problem with my game is I was on and off with it for years. So, yes, while I have been working on the game since 2010, that amount of work has not gone into it. There were a lot of moments I took breaks, there were moments I just got stuck on something and I'm like, I'm done with this, I don't want to work on it anymore. And it wasn't until this year and last year that I started taking it more seriously. And I not only fixed up a bunch of problems I was having, but, you know, made new content for the game. New music, everything else. And I was just kind of in a mood again where I was just like, oh yeah, I'm doing this. Gotta see if I can get that last preserver. That's good speed. Now it's not. Ah! Damn it! Try again. Oh yeah, beta testing is valuable. Yeah, absolutely. Beta testing is invaluable. But, yeah, now that I've, like, been working on content for the game, I got into this mentality again where it's like, I really want to do this. I actually want to finish this thing. And, it won't be anytime soon. In fact, if it's, at the current rate I'm going with how I'm making stuff, if it's out by, like, next year, I'll surprise even myself. Because I know when I was originally talking about it, I gave myself, like, a year kind of deadline on it. But there's a lot of stuff that, as I looked with what I want to do with this RPG Maker game and how limited RPG Maker actually is, I know I can do it. The time investment is going to be the pain in the ass, though. But now that I am properly invested, it'll happen. But what do you guys think? Think I'll finish my game before Yandere Dev finishes Yandere Simulator? Oh no, I said the forbidden words. Now we have to wait for him to come onto my stream and start blanket commenting on how I'm just doing an RPG Maker project. And it's nowhere near as impressive as anything he's doing, and, you know... that man. Learn to take some goddamn criticism. When I beta tested my game, and I showed off a bunch of things, one person was criticizing, like, a lot of the choices and everything I made, and, see, don't ever, when someone's giving you fair criticism like that, don't ever sit there and go, oh, well, yeah, well, you could do better. Don't ever. Never, ever. That person's competency at making games has nothing to do with the fact that they just played it, and they feel certain ways about it. So, never, ever tell someone that. Take what they're saying, take their criticism, and apply it, especially if it's constructive. If someone's just being a meanie boo baby, you know, because they want to be, this is the internet. This happens all the time. But to shut out all criticism because someone doesn't like something about your game, or maybe just doesn't like your game at all, well, there's a reason for that then. And maybe by addressing their reason, you can find a way to make it a more enjoyable experience for people who do like your game. By fixing that thing that someone didn't like about it. Because one person says one thing and another person says another, doesn't mean that one of them is wrong. Starting this again. Now that I'm on this topic, I'm kind of, once again, I'm in the half paying attention mode. Stop. Damn it. Maybe for your next project you should use Constructor Unity. I have been taking some Unity courses. And I really like it. I really enjoy it. I also know how to use Game Maker Studio. Did I not grind the other? Yeah, I didn't. Start. Turn around. I'm just going to go for the cop cars first. Right, I'm going to focus on one thing instead of trying to focus on multiple things. That way I can do this and occasionally look over at chat and talk at the same time. My problem is I'm distracting myself way too hard, and I don't have to. Yandere Sim will never come out, ever. At this point. As I say, that Love Letter game, I believe that's going to come out in, like, a year or two. With how they're developing that. I fully believe we're going to have a higher functioning version of that game by the end of the year than Yandere Sim ever will be. Guaranteed. Should someone make a Waiting for Yandere Simulator? I wouldn't be surprised if it didn't already exist. Hell, I'd make something like that in RPG Maker out of spite. Where is this other cop car missing? Let's see. I would definitely recommend Construct over Game Maker for 2D games. Oh, okay. But I've never actually heard of Construct, so I might actually have to look that up. Oh, wait, the music stopped. I didn't even realize the music stopped. Again, I'm half here right now. There we go. Is Love Letter based on the board game? No. Love Letter was one of the name ideas that Yandere Dev had for Yandere Simulator, because he didn't want to call the game that. So he eventually settled on, I think it was just like Love Letter Yandere Simulator or something like that. And now this fan project's coming out where like in the first week or two of them developing it, it looked like it was just about almost on par with what Yandere Sim already had in like a week. Oh, I forgot to get the car over here. That's what it was. Dumb me. But no. So they picked up the name and they decided to call it Love Letter. Kind of despite him. He didn't bother copywriting it or anything else like that. So they're like, yeah, ours now. Of course, most all the assets and everything in this game aren't even his anyways. But God. There we go. Dang it. I think it's Construct 2 or 3 now. Oh, yeah, well, definitely a lot of catching up. Is it paid? Does it have a free trial version? Because if it has a free trial or something, I'm willing to give it a shot. Just use the ramp, Drew. Oh, wow, yeah! I used the ramp! Look, we got one of the goals done. Let me actually go back to one of the other levels and see what goals I was missing from that. So we can try to kind of get up this click. 5 toy robots. Airwalk the flying leap gap. Okay. I think airwalk is back and right and grab. Let's see. Yep, okay. If they got so far in a week, they're probably leveraging a pre-made project or something like Adventure Creator or Ultimate, which is definitely a good thing, yep. There we go. Alright, where is this last... Oh my gosh, I didn't even realize I could move the camera. Is it at the very end? Oh, there it is. It's a step point. Huh. Still been walking. Here's the Vicarious... Oh, I should probably get those stat points so I'm not looking at them like they're the toys. There we go. Let's see. I recommend it because... Well, that's just easy enough to get. I recommend it because It's a lot like Clickteam Fusion, but it has a good free version. Oh, I do have Clickteam Fusion also. I got it in a Humble Bundle a while back. I also, like, the furthest I ever got with it was I made a slideshow. It was pretty much just an interactive slideshow. But that one's pretty, considering how simple a lot of the concepts are and everything in it, I was surprised at how robust it was. Which is also why, like, when you see, like, games like Five Nights at Freddy's are made in it, and just how much Scott got better at it as the years went on. Like, how much you could still do with an engine like that. There we go. Okay, that's all the stat points. So now... we just gotta find... oh, it's right there. I see it. Oh, and it opens that too. That's cute. Alright, so I definitely missed one back here. Start. You gotta turn around in order to get this one. It's weird. A lot of new creators try and do everything themselves and just end up reinventing the wheel, but typically worse, or just taking forever. Yeah, again, in the case of my game, it's taken way too long. And again, it's not because I've been constantly sitting there going, like, I'm working on this, I'm working on this, I'm working on this. It's just kind of... I had a lot of stages where, you know, I was going through parts of my life where I just... I would look at it and go, no, I have too much to deal with right now, I can't be working on a game. And I kind of hated that I felt that way. Because that game definitely would have been finished with all the ideas I have a while back if I just consistently worked on it. But, still working on it now. I wonder if I can... yeah, flying leap gap, okay. Speed... I think it's just this, isn't it? There it is, we got it. There. Those ones are easier to complete than the other ones. Actually, can we still hit end run and get all the goals? I bet you can. This remake's been, like, absolutely faithful so far, so... if you have Clickteam Fusion, I definitely recommend it for any 2D game. Oh, okay. No, I will, I'll definitely give that another try. Oh gosh, I haven't been using any of these stat points. Hang on. Perfect. I also got Fusion in the Humble Bundle. Should try fiddling with it. Yeah, that's how I got it. I think it was, I'm pretty sure the version from the Humble Bundle is out of date now. I'm pretty sure it's 2.5. Yes, you can end runs early and keep goals. Okay, yeah, so again, incredibly faithful. Because that's how speedrunners just play this whole game. They get all the goals done, they just end the run. And when that doesn't quite work, they just end the run early so that they can go and do it again. Freedom Planet and Noidu Love 2 were also made. Oh, I love Freedom Planet. I didn't know that was made in Click Team. That's cool. Excuse me, I'd like to watch a movie. Any movie. What do you mean to tell me I can't be in here? No, I don't have a mask on. Look at this beard. Just trying to grind that rail. What if I just wall plant? Oh. Why? Just wall plant the dummy. There we go. Got it. Waha! Speaking of Freedom Planet, they announced they were doing Freedom Planet 2 like a while back ago. I played the I played one of the alphas for it. Ouch. Okay, well, I know where some of these are now. Because the popcorn buckets is all new to me. I don't need a mascot, I've got a beard. Truer words. 2.5 is the most up-to-date version. Okay. You can get 2.5 plus, but it's another $70. It's not too bad. I forgot I owned Mindjack until I turned around. Speaking of obscure games, you turned around and it stared back. Mindjack never left you. It was always there. My god. Okay, so when I plug in the PS3 again, that should be another one I play. Just like, it's like, alright, we gotta do some, like, obscure, awful stuff. Mindjack's just no good, though. Didn't they recently re-release Freedom Planet on the Switch? They did! I think it was last year. And then, I'm pretty sure Limited Run Games did a physical version. Sensitive. That's enough. Still not. Dang it! Now, that's all boned. Oh wow, I didn't get the 6th score for this. Why don't we just do that? Oh crap, what are we doing wasting time? Hang on a second. Yes, I know I'm playing a video game, so I mean technically we are just wasting time, but at the same time, we're having fun wasting time. And that's what matters. Die! My ankle. That was half the score right there. Camera, what are you doing? Please don't do that. Ah. Oh, now we get the popcorn bucket when I'm not going for it. Sure. No, I just want to get the score. Oh, no, I hit restart. No, 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 no. Why? Did it still count it? Oh, God, it did. Great. Okay, good. This, let's see. Fracture, Mindjack, Starhawk, all just there. So 2 games, and one that doesn't work because the servers got shut down. Oh, Warhawk, yeah. That's probably why they delayed Freedom Planet 2, as I don't think Fusion exports to Switch. They might have to recreate the game in another chip. Maybe. I was about to say, I still have one of their alphas lying around on my computer somewhere. Having fun is self-care. Self-care is normal, so no wasting time. No more wasting time than having a shower. You're never wasting time if you're enjoying it. Yep, exactly. That's the one thing when I tell people that, I love playing video games, kind of a hobby of mine, and something I really enjoy doing. They're just like, yeah, but you're just kind of sitting there wasting time. You're not developing any skills or anything else like that. Well, I can do that in my spare time too. But sometimes I just want to sit down and enjoy a good game. Like how anyone wants to sit down and enjoy a good movie, enjoy a good book. I mean, let's face it, you're technically wasting time doing all those too. But watching a movie or reading a book, I guess, is more dignified than playing a game. So, I don't know. I don't know. It's just a weird mentality for me. I'd say, I feel the same way. I was about to say, if you're having fun, you're not wasting your time. I missed. And you missed again. Right out the window. Why? Why? You're doing this on purpose, man. Has anyone ever been? Dang it. Gotta review Killzone one day, let no one forget the failures. Are you, just the original game on the PS2? Or, are you thinking of doing, like, more of the series? Man, I remember when Killzone came out on the PS2, me and a friend played the heck out of that, because we were like, yeah, we got a Halo for the PS2. I didn't have any of those systems. I had a GameCube growing up, but, I'd go over to my friends' houses because, they had all the other consoles that I could play. Ouch. This popcorn. Hey, wise guy. Hey, I'm murdering innocent civilians here. That's all the stat points. I know where 3 of these are. I bet the rest of them are up on, like, the freaking roof or something. Yeah, I'm guessing the rest of them are up. Oh, that felt like it was the right height, too. There we go. See, there was a time not that long ago when watching a movie was considered in the same light as playing video games. Yeah, exactly. I was about to say, we go even further back, listen to all that music on the radio instead of doing anything else, boy. You young whippersnapper. Let's see. How skating hasn't been added into Just Cause. I mean, technically you skate in those games already. You just skate on top of cars. Let's go up there. Thanks. Thanks. No! Damn it. You fell of your own volition. Win. Can't win. I own 2 and 3, so emulate 1 and PS3 the rest. There you go. No, well, they're not up there. Let's see them up there. If I was a bucket of popcorn, where would I be? Good old Cube. I remember having tons of fun playing it. Oh, I love Eternal Darkness. I've got a fully completed, I've got my fully completed save for that still. Going through all 3 endings. So heck, I mean, we could do the silly God mode stuff, if I ever play that on stream. Alright, what are the other goals for this? Let me see. Complete the rooftop gaps, alright, and ollie the parked cars. Okay. Because this popcorn one is, I don't want to be stuck on it forever. Parked cars. Do I have to ollie the length of the car? Yep. Wow, this one's easy. Why didn't I do this one before? Beep beep. There we go. And there was the rooftop gaps. Time for it? I might have time for it. Might have time. Thanks, a-hole. Oh, let's see. 3 a.m. here, so I need to get some sleep. Hopefully we can chat again, play some stuff. You know the drill. See you around. Yeah, you too. I am available for talking or playing a game, or whatever the heck, tomorrow, man, if you want. Look forward to seeing you. This glass. Yep, okay. Is that breakable? See you later, though. If you ever watched Adam Ruins Everything, there's a whole segment where he talks about Plato complaining that writing would make people forgetful. I like that. Oh, there's one of the popcorn buckets. I see it. Hang on. Turn around. I want to... Oh, man. You gotta jump over there? Oh, well, we gotta at least unlock Roswell before I end the stream. How much longer do I got? Oh, still got time. And then there's the... Oh, Break 5, no skating side. That is in the original game. Why are we doing that? Sure thing, try to be on. See ya. See ya! I think I'm just not noticing the no skateboard signs, because in the original game, they were just kind of like these big, obvious freaking things. And in this, they made them, you know, actual signs. But they were big, like, triangles in the original game. Incoming. Roswell as in Aliens. Roswell exactly as in Aliens. In fact, if one of the things I remember reading online was true... Oh, there it is. Then you can actually unlock the alien as a playable skater. Which, I know I mentioned it earlier in the stream too, but that was kind of like a playground rumor that we had when we were kids, where there was some way to get into the UFO and then you could play as the alien. Okay. Let me get the last two in a different level. What do we got? Oh, San Francisco mostly has them. Okay, so... yeah. Alright, 6 score. Click skate. 5 life preservers. Trying! Nose grab the hub again. Oh, I gotta go over the... okay. 5-0 around the fountain. Secret tip. Okay. Nope. I gotta be able to get higher. Speaking of stats. Actually, Ollie's gonna be important. I gotta get more speed. That's not how to do it. Oh. Wait. Dang it. I might just have to play as a different character. Yeah, I'm thinking of this. Well, why don't we go for the 5-0 run the fountain. Gosh, I really am enjoying this. This is, like... when they said they were remastering it, this is... well, remaking it. This is kind of exactly how I pictured it would be done. Where it's just like, okay, you know, don't compromise in the fun arcadey gameplay that everyone really liked about these. And be sure to have a bunch of stuff for, you know, newcomers, longtime fans. So I'd say, and it is. I was about to say, it's a lot of the original game, but with a lot of the good modern stuff put into it. The good modern stuff. Try. Oh, that's nose grind, not a 50-50. 50 is holding left or right, I think? Just not pushing anything. Yes, okay. How did that not count? Oh, 5-0, not 50-50. There we go. Yeah, 5-0 was up, down. 50 is just not doing anything. Alright, I guess now that we have better stats, we can try the life preservers again. I want to, yeah, I want to at least get to Roswell before we end the stream. I think it's possible now. My face! Oh, no. Please! No, we made the gap. Yeah! Sweet. Finally got that one. As nice as this game looks, I still notice some pop-in and everything from the distance. You ever think there'll be a day when we're playing games where just there will be no pop-in with 3D titles? I think it's a fantasy, to be perfectly honest. Sweet! It's time to go to Roswell! Nothing to see here, just light from Venus reflecting off some swamp gas. Of course. Are there already games with no 3D pop-in? Yeah, but it's like a lot of games that have that. So more what I mean is like open world games. I was about to say, yeah, there are a lot of 3D games that don't have pop-in. You know, most of them are like either very linear experiences or, you know, they take place indoors, like the Metro games, or at the very least the first Metro. Didn't really have a lot of pop-in. And it was pretty technically sound all around. But mostly my gripes kind of with just like everyone wants to be this huge, vast open world game. Let me rephrase the question then. I wonder if we'll ever live long enough to see Ubisoft games not have any pop-in. Wow, I'm messing this up big time. Oof. Yeah, we gotta restart this competition. There's no way after those falls. Oh, got a 720. Nice. You know, the voice on this guy really does fit me. He's like, yeah, haha, alright. Well, I don't know about that, but I was enjoying Horizon Zero Dawn recently on PC. Real nice game. I hope they decide to bring the sequel to PC as well. Yeah, me too. I played the crap out of Zero Dawn on the PS4. I didn't play the expansion. But then when they said that they were, and I kept meaning to go back to it, but when they said they were doing a PC version, I'm like, oh, forget that. I'm just going to play it on my computer because I can run it better. And then at launch, they just had so many issues with the game. They were just substantial. So I decided I'm going to wait before playing it anymore. Because I ran into a bunch of different crashes. There was just random slowdown in certain areas, and I didn't understand because, like, I'd get to another spot and it would be just fine. And it didn't address any of the bugs that are actually in the PS4 version. Like, one of my favorite things to do is there's a part in the corner of one of the maps where you can actually run off of the map and drop yourself into the void. You can still do that in the PC version with barely any effort. I only played it a couple weeks ago and it ran fine for me. Yeah, they've done a lot of patching since then. So it runs a lot better than it did at launch. But when I played it at launch, I was just kind of like, no, I'm gonna wait. But yeah, since it's better now, I'll give it another chance. Especially since I just got a new solid-state hard drive in here. That'd be the game I'd want to install on that. Like, I can't say there are no bugs, but it didn't ruin my game. But yeah, I was about to say, it's, when it comes to bugs, in games, I'm very forgiving. Because you can polish a game as much as you want, and you're not going to find everything, especially when it's an open world game. There's so much stuff that can go wrong. So when something buggy happens, it's just like, yeah, you know, it's fine. Never bothered me. But, when it's... when you start getting into stuff like, with them not fixing this because it's just kind of, you know, it was a port, it's fine. But then you have stuff like Skyrim Legendary Edition, where there are bugs in that have been there since 2011. Damn it! I want to get gold. Just FYI, I'm running on a 5-year-old i7 quad-core and a GTX 950, and it still looks awesome. Nice! I was about to say, yeah, it's after they did all the patches and everything, it's well optimized. The Decima engine works great. Same thing with the Death Stranding port came out, and that thing was just great across the board. I've got a RTX 2060 in my computer, and I use the DLSS on that, and it's just, it runs so nice. I was so impressed. I once got out of bounds in Evil Within 2, fell below the ground, learned the game had no fall damage, it was fun, I have a video or two, that's cool. I actually played through Evil Within 2 this year. Why didn't anyone tell me that game was spectacular? I loved it from beginning to end. I wasn't a big fan of the first game. It was just kind of plotting in some places, and the plot was just eh, but the second game, I loved it. And I love the part where, okay, so this is kind of spoilers for Evil Within 2, but there's a whole section at the end of the game where you get to fight and kill all the bosses that were giving you trouble in the first one. I loved that section, like, to pieces. I had a phenomenal time with Evil Within 2. I wanted to immediately go back and replay it again. With all the new unlocks, and try the harder difficulties. I loved it. Final Fantasy 15 wouldn't be anywhere near as fun if it weren't so jank. Getting flung 18 miles into the freaking air because you accidentally mistimed a warp strike. Yeah, that's good stuff. Again, despite all the bugs, I always have a good time with. Yeah, me too. Yeah, I was about to say, I think Skyrim is a great game, bugs and all. And on PC, you know, fans have already gone out of their way with like the unofficial fix, to address most all these problems. So it's not really an issue for me. But I just still find it funny when, you know, they released the Legendary Edition for the game on PS4 and Xbox One. And it's still, like, mind-numbingly... Son of a bitch. Mind-numbingly easy to run into some of these bugs that have been there since launch. But no, I love Skyrim. Like, I even went and paid the Todd Howard tax and got that on my Switch. Just the idea of having Skyrim on the go is enough for me with that. I was surprised how well it runs on the Switch. Oh, the Madonnas always mess me up. What was the other special? There it was, yep. Sweet. I think no one told you about Evil Within 2 because a lot of people didn't like the first game. Yeah, myself included. But the second one was just an improvement in every single way. I was like, wow, okay, Bethesda, why wouldn't you tell me that this game is great? And has a great story from beginning, middle to end that I, like, really got invested in? And gave some of the characters that were shafted in the first game some proper closure? Just... it was so good compared to the first one. Remember, Skyrim is unpatchable. Oh, but they can patch it with paid mods all the time, though, right? Yeah. Yeah. See how we did. Oh, son of a gun. We're so close. I mean, when Skyrim came out originally, was it 2011? Yeah, it was. People often forget just how good mobile tech has gotten because most of the games are simple cash rooms. Yeah. I was about to say, but still, having a game like Skyrim on the Switch was just nice. I'd say having a nice big open world to explore and everything else like that, like both that and Dragon's Dogma getting Switch ports was just kind of enough for me to go, like, having these games on the go is kind of like a sin. Because at any time I can pull this thing out and go, alright, I'm just going to play some Stardew Valley quick. If you don't like the first game in a series, how often do you get the sequel? That's very true. And yet, Especially with games that got sequels, like, way after the fact. It's not always the most, as I was about to say, it's not as surprising as you might think. Because, like, I'm not a huge fan of the first Suikoden game. But I really enjoyed 2 and 3. Same thing with Persona 1. I remember I played Persona 1, and I was like, yeah, you know, this game's okay. And then I played Persona 3, and I'm like, oh, wow. Yeah, that's better in every regard. I think people picking up sequels kind of makes sense. And of course, you know, that mentality doesn't always work either, of course. Like, look at how hard Shenmue 3 was trying to push to get new people playing it. Despite the fact that Shenmue 3 was made for one audience. People who played and liked Shenmue 1 and 2. That game is made for no one else. Because everyone else is going to look at that game and go, okay, why are these controls so bad? Why are these characters talking with such, talking like they're discussing doing their friggin' tax returns every 5 seconds? Why are the minigames so jank? Why is this combat so meh? And Shenmue 3 tried to take steps to get more people to play it by, like, modernizing the combat. And that's not what people liked about Shenmue. So that kind of stuff bothered people who played the game originally, and it just does nothing for no one else because the Yakuza games exist, with much better combat. I was about to say, that game is my System Shock 3. It's utterly fantastic. Leave it to Arcane to, like, kick some serious ass with making a game like that, where essentially the only thing they were told is, okay, it has to have the name Prey in it, because we own this now. Assassin's Creed is one of the best examples of a sequel being way better than... Yeah! I played Assassin's Creed 1 to completion only once, because if I ever had to grab any of those goddamn flags again, I'd throw a fit. But then Assassin's Creed 2 comes around and is better in just literally every single way. And it's just like, oh, heck yeah, well, this is a great point to get people to jump on. Oh! Wow. Finally! Nice. Alright. right, let's see. I think a lot of people passed Prey 2017 because of its link to the original. Not that the original was bad or anything, but, well, at least we got one good game on it. I don't know, I kind of like both of them. I was about to say, I was one of those people who was really hopeful for Prey 2. Because it was just like, you get to be a space bounty hunter going around catching aliens in an open world environment. That just sounds great. Saying that, I think Assassin's Creed 1 could do with a good remake, due to it being really out of date, but still very important. Yeah, story-wise, yeah. Oh, wow, excuse me, I'm sorry. I just buy it pre-owned, yeah. I did enjoy Black Flag. Black Flag is still my favorite Assassin's Creed game. That was another one where when they ported it to the Switch, I was just like, alright, I'll get it. Because it's got my two favorite Assassin's Creed games in it. It has Assassin's Creed Black Flag and Rogue, which are just my favorites. I'll play Prey one of these days. Yeah, definitely. Arcane Studios really outdid themselves with Prey. Also, it has a DLC expansion, which is essentially an endless mode called Moon Crash, which is pretty much a roguelike version of the game. It is fantastic. Would highly recommend picking that up. It also has a VR mode, which I didn't get a chance to play. I don't know if it's on PSVR. But if it is, I'll look into it. Nope, we have no music again. That's fine. I'm going to see if I can get a gold on this, and then I think that'll be done for the night. There we go. Got it, got it, got it. Gold on all three. Hell yeah. Sweet, so, besides getting all the goals, that's everything for Tony Hawk 1. Nice. Sweet. Yep, I just got to do full completion on these in my own time. But this was a lot of fun. This was so good. For how much you're paying $40 for this. You're getting all the content from the first two Tony Hawk games, fully remastered, with a slew of new content. More Create-A-Skater, more Create-A-Park options, a whole skate shop to just get all sorts of new gear and everything. Lots of challenges for each and every, for all the skaters. A bunch of new skaters. And again, I know I haven't unlocked any of the secret ones. And they have to be here. But, just, yeah, no, Activision aside, I can recommend this. Highly, highly recommend this. This is phenomenal. Just like the, Crash and the Spyro remasters that came before, this was a good move on Activision's part. They kept all the arcadey feel, they didn't add any unnecessary bullshit. This is a great game, in general, and for the price, I think it's great. I was actually super into Assassin's Creed 1 and 2, but didn't keep up since I was playing on my brother-in-law's PS3, and by the time I got one, Revelations was out. Oh yeah, pretty far behind. Then Assassin's Creed 3 fudged up the lore, and it does because I played it now, and I'm not nearly so fond of the series. Yeah, I was one of those people who played 3 to completion. And I felt the same way by the end of it, and Black Flag just kind of came out of nowhere, and was a great pirate game, much less than it was a great Assassin's Creed game. Because all the assassin shit was shit, like all the tailing missions and that. Black Flag has the worst tailing missions in the whole series, where you're sneaking up on people with a fucking ship. That's just dumb. If I could afford VR, I would get one, but first I'd have to get a totally new computer, and they wouldn't have any money left over for the VR. Yeah, after getting this RTX 2060 card, I tested out a little bit of VR with my PlayStation VR headset. There's a program called Trinius that lets you use a PlayStation VR headset on a PC. I tried a couple of games. They work well enough, but it's a little janky. Played 1, 2, Bro, Rev, Black Flag, and Syndicate in that 2D trilogy, but I'm not investing in the overarching story. Yeah. Never played Tabletop Simulator. I have not. I have a friend that uses it a lot for when they're doing, D&D campaigns and everything. So I know he has it. swears by it. So is this a remake of Tony Hawk 1? It's a remake of Tony Hawk 1 and 2. If you check the skate tours, Tony Hawk 2 is right here on the list. And then there's a ranked and free skate here. That lets you do pretty much high score and free runs. Again, you can make your own parks. Like Vicarious Visions has a lot of their own parks and everything in here. And share them online with other people so that they can make them. So that they can play them. So, like, for example... Wow, you can make these parks this freaking big in the Create Park? Holy shit. That's cool. Oh god, I used to make so many parks in Underground for the GameCube, just it. And in that you can make like custom mission objectives and everything else too. Yeah, let me see that other one I saw. Like, yeah, that looks silly. I'm gonna check this out and then I'm gonna be done for the night. Let's see. Oh my gosh, it's just a grind fest. Someone made a Korean MMO in Tony Hawk level. Ah, just kidding. This has slightly less grinding. What am I doing? Go! Go! You can do it! I believe in you! What the hell? I love it. I actually love it. What the hell? That was cool. I have to do it. I have to do it one more time. Just one more. Okay. Nope. And we glitched through. Dang it. Don't ruin this for me. Dang it! This makes me think of one of those courses in Super Mario Maker, where it just kind of plays itself. Ow. That's enough of that. To the top, then. Best combo, 102 tricks. Yeah. Oh, that's great. No, I can definitely, Someone made a level called Shoutouts to Simple Flips. Of course someone would. Letterkenny Space. Letterkenny Space Park. Brush your teeth. I love Simple Flips. I sat there and I binged a lot of his the custom ROM Mario 64 playthroughs he did. I love those. Hell yeah. All right. Yeah, I'll wrap up Tony Hawk. So that was fun. That was an absolute blast. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be playing a heck of a lot more of that in my spare time. That's so much fun. It kind of took me back. It just with the feel of the controls, with the simple arcadey style of how Tony Hawk plays. I miss that. I just kind of wanted another skateboarding game like it again. And despite the fact that it's just remakes of the first and the second game, I mean, it still delivers in that because it's still kind of giving you this fresh new experience. Even though, like, you might know where everything is from playing the original games and everything else. It's so good. And it runs well and plays well, and it doesn't have any of Activision's stupid stuff in it yet. But no, utterly fantastic. I would definitely recommend that. Unless, of course, if you're kind of in the same boat that I was in, where I just like threw my arms in the air and I didn't buy anything from Activision in a long time, just because. Oh my God, I just remembered Ezio was in Soul Calibur 5, right? Um, was it Soul Calibur Legends? I think that was the Wii one, right? Where they put in freaking Lloyd from Tales of Symphonia. I was like, wait, what the hell? I mean, sure, okay. I quite enjoy Tabletop Simulator. I made a couple of custom board games. Oh, that's cool. And then what was that? Grindfest USA? Video games are the only medium I can think of that, generally speaking, benefits from remakes. Definitely. Because a lot of movies are just like, what's the point of watching a remake? What does it do? What does it add that the original didn't? I was about to say, is this new vision of this movie, um, what does it take away? What does it give? And is it worth your time? I was about to say, but video games are a medium where they're like stuck on the consoles they're on. So yeah, definitely. I was about to say, video games big time benefit from remakes because you can bring an old game to a new audience again. It's about to say, and improve visuals. Fix stuff that you wish you could have fixed before. Things like that. It's no, it's. I agree. I agree completely. I think movie remakes can be good. Yeah, I do too. I was about to say, movie remakes can be good. I was about to say, but they have to add something like this recent Disney plague of live action movies we've been getting. Every time I've watched one, it's like, okay, but how is this better than the original? Like in any way, shape, or form? Like when I sat down with my roommate and watched The Lion King, and I'm just like, why are we not just watching the original? Like, why? I was about to, what does this add to the original? In fact, the Lion King live action movie took stuff away. Like it took out Be Prepared. Like, why would you do that? Ugh. And then, of course, the usual Can You Feel the Love Tonight taking place during the freaking daytime. Just, whatever. Oh, don't get me started on Mulan. I have not seen Mulan. I refuse to watch it until, kind of like in Ross's situation. If I can pick it up for the price of a sandwich, I might watch it then. Most movies I rent nowadays, I don't generally buy them unless I really like it. Then I'll buy it afterwards. Let's say Disney live remakes don't add anything, just cash grab. Exactly, yeah. It's just like, hey, it's this recognizable film I remember watching, and my kids might enjoy this too, so we gotta take them out and watch it. And it's just, yeah. No, one of my favorite remakes, still to this day, was I really like the Mummy reboot. I was about to say the original Mummy reboot. I was about to say I thought those were good. I was about to say, yeah, the original movie was kind of just like a classic horror movie, um, classic horror movie, and all that. But I was about to say, and I love going back and watching the classics. But it was kind of neat of them to see it kind of turn it all on its head, take all the pseudo-ish lore. Well, they gave it lore. I was about to say, and turn it into just kind of like this fun action movie. And then Zorro. Zorro's another great movie remake. Mask of Zorro was fan-freaking-tastic. I love that movie. But yeah, it can be done well. Yeah, and then they tried to reboot the Mummy again with the yeah. Yeah, the it's just no good. The Tom Hanks one, yeah, yeah. That's it. The Tom Hanks, no, not Tom Hanks. What am I saying? Tom Cruise. Jeez, yeah, Tom Cruise. The Tom Cruise Mummy was just awful, just awful, and they wanted to make a whole cinematic universe out of that. It's like, all right, well, good luck to that, especially when it did so terribly in the box office. The Dark Universe, yeah, that's what they were trying to do. I don't. I kind of like the idea of Russell Crowe being Jekyll and Hyde. I wanted to see that movie, but now we don't get to see it because the Mummy was awful. So good on you guys for that. I wish I was about to say because I wish they'd taken it a whole different direction. Yeah, the Mummy 2 is just kind of more Mummy 1 but with a kid. Kind of like what happened with the Indiana Jones movies, where it's just like, okay, yeah, it's more Indiana Jones, but this one has a kid in it, so to be frank, Tom Hanks would have improved that film immensely. I would love to see him do like act like Woody or something like that. Ah, you are a mummy. I don't suppose you could do a playthrough of the current version of my game. Sure, actually, I can. Send it through my DMs on Twitter again. I don't know if I have the original link you gave me anymore, so just send me that link to be sure, and I will download it and play it tomorrow. I've got some free time. Yeah, I was about to say. I think that began with Dracula Untold. Was Dracula Untold the first in that? I don't remember that movie. I watched it twice and I don't remember it at all. What are you telling Xehanort? He's a loser with numbers. I love the toy. Like, I love some of the interactions that the Disney characters have in Kingdom Hearts 3. My my absolute favorite one still is when Sully friggin' oh gosh, I'm forgetting everyone's names. When Sully grabs Vanitas and he just starts throwing him through all the doors, I'm like, okay, I like that. I like that a lot. I still think the Indiana Jones movies did it much better. First, yeah, I was about to say no. It's they're still great movies. Like I still like the first three Indiana Jones movies. About to say, but it just kind of felt like it's Indiana Jones, but here's a kid. It's like I could watch it again, but I would watch the other two first. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap up the stream here today. Oh, before I do, progress updates on a few things. So so this is kind of fun. Hang on a second. So I am going to be working on a video. I'm hoping to have it out tomorrow or the day after, so it's still kind of relevant and fresh. Although this is technically gonna stay relevant until March. So you guys are gonna get a little teaser for what I'm working on. This is actually kind of fun. So when this whole freaking Super Mario 3D collection thing was happening, I was sitting there going, okay, I gotta find some way to have fun with the 3D All Stars thing. It's like there's got to be some way. So I wrote a poem. I'll give you a little bit of it because I plan on working on it and then putting it up on YouTube tomorrow with some fun visuals. But here's some of the stuff I wrote for it, just for funsies. I said, Nintendo announced 3D Mario ports, and the fans rejoice and exclaim, "Hooray!" 5 months to buy them is just too short. Nintendo fans, why is this okay? If EA or Sega announced such a thing, the internet would scream and bray. But Nindy's doing it, so let's all sing. Nintendo fans, why is this okay? I tell them this is a poor choice, even anti-consumer, some would say. But the loyal bark with the shrillest voice. Nintendo fans, why is this okay? And that's all I'm gonna give for now. I actually gotta. My microphone's completely messed up right now. It'll kind of sound fine on your guys' end, but when I'm recording stuff, it picks up every single noise in the known universe. So, I gotta adjust that. But there's more to it. I'm gonna put on a really like dumb, flowery voice. I've got it all written up. I've got the video editor up with how I kind of want to put it together. So it should be fun. Should be fun. It's just gonna be one of those silly fun things. And I'm curious how many Nintendo fans I'm going to piss off with this. Because it's so easy to troll them with stuff like this. Where every single person's just like, oh, just appreciate what you got. Just be happy that they're giving us the table scraps and that we get it at all. They can take it away if they want. It's just like, there's no justification. I don't care. It's so anti-consumer and BS, and if any other company did it, you'd be complaining about it. But Nintendo's doing it, so you're fine. Yeah, it's just a fun project I was working on last night, and it kind of came to full fruition, and I'm going to make an actual video on it. So expect actual content that's not a stream on the channel very soon. And that's it I have for updates right now. Nothing else on the game since the last time I reported, just because I've been in the middle of a job transition, so I haven't really had time to work on it. But yeah, that's it. That's it for now. So thank you everyone who came around. These streams are just a blast as always. I'm glad I could do 2 this week. And I had a great time. Thanks everyone who came around. Gosh, it's about to. I've been up too late. Yeah. Let me stop rambling. What's up here? And there we go. Okay. So, you guys have a great night and a fantastic evening. Take care. Wash your hands. And, yeah, this one. I will check